AM 1020 KDKA.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Michael Wallace. The Milan Cortina Winter Olympics kicked off with the opening ceremony last night. CBS's Seth Doan is in Cortina.
Cauldrons were lit simultaneously, a first in the two official host cities of Cortina and Milan, where the splashiest event was held with distinct Italian flair, featuring superstars Andrea Bocelli and Mariah Carey. Linda and Terry Christensen were rooting for their daughter, curler Corey Tisi.
How is it to have a child who's made it to the Olympics?
We both started crying.
It looks like you might cry now.
This morning's schedule features a curling match between the U.S. and Great Britain. The U.S. women's hockey team takes on Finland. Authorities are looking into a new message regarding the disappearance of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, from her Arizona home. CBS's Andres Gutierrez is in Tucson.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department issuing a statement in response saying, quote, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department are aware of a new message regarding Nancy Guthrie. Investigators are actively inspecting the information provided for its authenticity.
Authorities aren't saying what was in the message. Police believe the 84-year-old Guthrie was abducted from her home last weekend. They found some of her blood outside her front door. A federal judge last night ordered the Trump administration to release billions of dollars in funding for the Gateway Project, which will build new rail tunnels linking New York City and New Jersey. President Trump froze the funding, shutting down the project yesterday. Jennifer Davenport is New Jersey's acting attorney general.
The federal government is just completely acting unlawfully here. There's no reason for this. The thousands of jobs and the project and the money that has already gone forward should continue.
CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro has more on the president's demands.
CBS News New York confirmed, per a source familiar with the discussions, that Trump is demanding the naming rights of Penn Station in New York and Dulles Airport here in Washington to be named after him in exchange for freeing up the funding. New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand called it, quote, ridiculous and said these naming rights aren't tradable.
CBS News has reached out to the White House for comment on the judge's order, but has not heard back. At talks in Oman, Iran has rejected a U.S. demand that it end its nuclear fuel enrichment or move it offshore. CBS's Natalie Brand.
Iran's foreign minister says talks are expected to continue. Alex Vatenka of the Middle East Institute says it's unclear where they lead.
It's very unpredictable. I don't see the U.S. side or the Iranian side really softening their respective red lines.
For more than a month, President Trump has been threatening to strike Iran, moving additional assets to the region, including the Abraham Lincoln Aircraft Carrier Group, which includes guided missile destroyers.
Yesterday, Trump said Iran looks like it wants to make a deal very badly. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS Mornings on the go on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're next to order. Please pull forward.
You know, Josh, when you said you were springing for lunch, I didn't think you meant drive-through fast food.
Ah, come on, man. Money's been tight lately, and these high gas prices are killing me.
You pay full price at the pump? Get your head out of the sand and start using Upside.
What's Upside?
Come on, dude. Upside is the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it every time I fill up my tank.
Does that really add up?
I've already banked around $200.
That's serious cash.
Hi, can I take your order?
Yeah, I'm ordering the free Upside app to start earning cash back on every gallon of gas I buy.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ORDER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Cruise lines are offering more drinks packages.
If you're thinking of taking a cruise, among the many purchase items you'll be offered on some ships is a drinks package. Many lines have these all-you-can-drink packages for adults, as well as soft drinks and juice packages for kids. For the alcohol packages, what does unlimited drinks for one price really mean? On Royal Caribbean, some drinks packages are as much as $115 per day. On a 7-day cruise, you're talking about an additional charge of more than $800. Soda packages for kids, about $125. For $69, there's even a bottled water package. But one important note, if you're sharing a cabin and one of you has bought a drinks package, the other has to buy one too. Peter Greenberg, CBS News.
Expect a lot of empty cubicles at the office Monday. The annual UKG Super Bowl absenteeism survey found a record 26.2 million employees in the U.S. will miss work on what is now known as Super Sick Monday. That would be nearly 4 million more than last year. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today brings one of the coldest days of the winter with some morning flurries, otherwise sun and clouds, and windy with a high of just 12. Then dangerously cold tonight with some clouds, low 0, leading to a very cold day for tomorrow with more afternoon sun and a high of 18. Then cloudy but less cold for Monday, high 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Rob Fracks on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We begin with some positive news on another very cold day in western Pennsylvania. It's your Pratt Pack. The Dow just hit 50,000 points yesterday. For the first time ever, the blue chip index surged 1,097 points or 2.24% and climbed above 50,000 points during trading. It's the first time the 129-year-old index has crossed the historic 50,000 point milestone. The Bulls and Bears, a job well done. Listen, with everything that is swirling out there in the way of headlines, it sometimes makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up and leaves you scratching your head saying, how could that happen? At least people are buying into what's happening in this country. And I think tech stocks will always be important, but those blue chip stocks, and I've said it before, gas, oil, yes, things that actually energize the country will always be a key to bringing this country to the next step. That place that we haven't gone before, like 50,000 points. Do you understand what that means, how historic that is? Now, I could be the first to say, I told you so, but we don't need to do that. We should be saying, what can we do as a nation to build momentum from that? I think people will be investing. More corporations will want to spread their wings from one side of the country to the next. And I also believe that in the next 10 years, we're going to see a growth spurt of companies from around the world who are going to want to come to America because of ingenuity and technology, as in those tech stocks, and our workforce, especially with the building trades being the best anywhere, in my opinion, on the planet. And the economic boom is being felt from one side of Pennsylvania to the other, from these data centers and so much more. And yes, the historic deal that people are still applauding, and I'm leading the charge, between Nippon and U.S. Steel. And with the possibility of Union Pacific soon buying Norfolk Southern, can you imagine what that will mean for that transcontinental railroad? The strength of those two coming together will continue to be able to surge ahead and connect one side of the country to the other, and everywhere in between to the heartland where agriculture will benefit from it, because more middle-class jobs, more healthy paychecks, affordable checks that give people an opportunity to live the American dream and invest in the biggest investment of their lifetime, home ownership. So buckle up. It's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to what is going to happen in 2026. But what an incredible way to start. The Dow Jones, first time ever, crosses over 50,000 points. That's something to get excited about. It is. And especially when there's so many things that are happening that just make me go, what? Okay, so the president wants to release the cash for the tunnels, but he wants his name on it. Look, your legacy is sealed, okay? You should be more concerned about how in the world something so atrocious got up on social media depicting the Obamas the way it did. To me, utterly disgusting. Can't even begin to imagine what in the world somebody or a group of individuals must be thinking. Total nonsense. No place in America or anywhere on the planet for stuff like that. But The other story, Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mother. Second communication, they return to the home with flashlights in tow. They are basically swarming the property. They take a vehicle from the property. There are all kinds of allegations and accusations swirling. But here is what I'm going to say about that. How is it, again, that an 84-year-old woman disappears from a well-to-do, an affluent neighborhood like that, and all of a sudden, no one has seen or heard anything? Everyone with their heads buried in the sand. Look, I can't go out and get mail in the morning without somebody saying, hey, I saw you getting mail this morning. I mean it. Put the trash receptacles out at the curb. People, hey, I saw you. I mean, every day. How is it that no one has seen this woman or anything about her? Where in the world is this neighborhood? I mean, do people not come out on their front porch? And the last time I checked, the weather in Arizona is rather nice, right? So it's not like people are hermetically sealed up in their homes because of frigid temperatures. The last time I checked, it's a steady 75 during the day this time of year and maybe a little less at night. I just find it fascinating with all of the technology, all of the security cameras, all of the high tech, the DNA, everything. I still haven't heard whether or not it was her blood or someone else's blood that they picked up early on in this case. And honestly, if I'm Savannah Guthrie, who's got a news background, I'm starting to question a lot of things too. And look, nobody's pointing fingers at anyone, but when you get the FBI involved and the president saying, we're going to leave no stone unturned, we're going to give everything that we have to bring this woman back home, I mean, where could she have gone? And they're saying yesterday that she's probably maybe not even anywhere near this community in Arizona anymore. How does that happen? And with every day the clock is ticking, much-needed medications that she can't get her hands on, I mean, it's going to be more difficult for her to survive this thing. She's 84 years old, God willing, and we all pray and hope for the best. But what this also makes me say is this. This is a family who has done well because of the sweat equity of their daughter. And I'm sure she has spread the wealth and helped members of the family. But if they can't figure this out with an 84-year-old woman, what chance do, again, any of us have? And if she could be taken like that, I'll say it again, what chance do any of us have? We should be paying attention to this for a couple of reasons. First off, for sympathy and the sheer fact of what this family is going through. God forbid any of us ever have to go through something as horrific as this. But also, this thing, every day, it's a broken record. I mean, they took the police tape down. They put the police tape back up. I don't understand any of it. But I have faith in law enforcement. But where could she have gone that quickly? So you're saying she gets dropped off at 9:45. She was supposed to be back at that church right after the sun came up. She's not there. Somebody reports her missing. So we're talking about maybe a 10 to 12-hour swing. And all of a sudden now no one can find her? I want to get your thoughts on that, or any of the things that I just mentioned. Feel free. We've got much more to get to. 866-391-1020. PennDOT actually coming through my town early this morning about 3 a.m., so thank you for that, PennDOT. But they're out and about doing a great job. The roads are clear. You just got to give yourself a little bit extra time. We didn't get much of it, anything other than light dusting. The thing that we're going to have to deal with, and you heard that in the AccuWeather forecast, is cold weather. I mean, right now, we are at like 13 degrees above zero. Wind chill, obviously, and the winds are really a factor today. I haven't heard the winds howling like that in a long time. Swirling snow. It's crazy. So it's probably, if not zero, minus something with a wind chill. Tomorrow, as you heard, AccuWeather high of about 18. So it's just going to be a cold weekend, but you got the big game tomorrow night. Stock up on all the chips and relax, kick back, and enjoy, right? Okay. Now, got to tell you about a couple of things. And with that weather being bad, don't forget, turn to KDKA Radio and KDKARadio.com Storm Center for up-to-the-minute news, weather, traffic information from that Storm Center. Brought to you by Duquesne Light Company, larger than light, only on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. Always you can listen to us at 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDK are on that Odyssey app, AUDACY, but you can also watch us online with our KDK video stream presented by Metropolitan Window Company. Just go to KDKA-radio.com and click on Watch KDK Radio Livestream, or now you can just go to our KDK Radio YouTube page to watch everything we are doing in the studios. Number to dial, 866-391-1020, or NASCO Roofing Instant Access to our shows. A click away, email me at instantacesskdkradio.com. It's 5:15. We'll be back. Quick look at sports, and then right to your phone calls for a Saturday morning on KDKA.
Time now for a Black History Month Spotlight.
Today we honor Dr. Catherine Udekwu, a pioneering pediatrician whose life was defined by service, compassion, and mentorship. A trusted guide for families and a mentor to young doctors, she broke barriers and set an example as a Black woman in medicine. Parents remember her for empowering, listening, and supporting them through life's toughest moments. Though she has passed, Dr. Udekwu's legacy of care, leadership, and inspiration will continue to resonate across the community.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. High school basketball last night, KDK. Lamont Perkins had 12 points as McKeesport makes the postseason for the first time in 3 years with a 26-24 win over Gateway. College hoops today, Pitt SMU at 2 o'clock. On 93.7 The Fan, Duquesne takes on George Washington. Robert Morris tips off against YSU. It's the big game tomorrow in which Seattle remains a 4.5-point favorite over New England. We'll have our big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show beginning after local news at 11. And Waste Management Phoenix Open through 2 rounds. The top of the leaderboard features a pair of Japanese stars. Ryo Hatsuturi fired a 63, and he is your leader at 11 under, while 2-time Phoenix Open champ Hideki Matsuyama is at 64. And he is 1 shot off the pace. And Scotty Scheffler is now 7 shots off the pace, and he has made the cut in 66 consecutive tournaments. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Italy. More sports at 937thefan.com.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Burgh with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today. Visit sliceonbroadway.com. This winter has seen unprecedented temperatures and weather. Help keep your neighbors warm with Dollar Energy Fund as they support families across Western Pennsylvania who need help with their utility bills. For nearly 20 years, Warmathon has raised funds to keep homes safe and warm. Give today at warmathon.com. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, no one should have to face a winter without heat, especially this winter, right? You can help your neighbors in need stay warm by supporting the 2026 NRG KDKA Radio Warmathon, February 12th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., presented by MediConnect, brought to you by Phillips Heating and Air Conditioning, Junk Luggers of Pittsburgh, Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union, Nest Expressions Window Fashions, and Impact HVAC. Details kdkradio.com, including online auction available now, powered by Dynegy. All right, here's Teddy up on Mount Washington. Morning, Ted.
What's going on, Rob?
It is cold outside today.
Yes, it is. Hey, you hear any news from the White House lately?
Come on. I mean, unbelievable. So my phone starts blowing up late yesterday afternoon. I'm working from the home studio doing all this social media stuff. I'm exhausted. It's been a heck of a week, and I'm thinking I got one more appointment. Going to come home, try to get to bed by 9:30. Well, needless to say, that just was long gone after that ridiculous story. I mean, who's running the show there? I mean, come on.
Well, I will say this, especially being Black History Month.
Come on.
Well, I think it's over, Rob. I really do. I don't see politically how you survive it. I really don't. They're going to lose the House, pretty much the Senate, and you forget about the presidency. If the president does not apologize in 24 hours on national television, it's over. It is literally over. African Americans voted for that man, so I don't see how he survives. And, I love Rubio, but if he does not resign, he can kiss his presidential hopes goodbye. Because anyone, when you have Tim Scott say that's the most racist thing that ever came out the White House, it's pretty much over.
So what's he doing now? Is he blaming it on somebody else, but he's not apologizing for it? What's the deal?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. That came from him.
They're saying a staffer did it, but goodness gracious.
No one believes that. No one believes that. Hey, look, it's so bad. They pulled his wife's movie. Amazon did. They literally pulled the movie, which she was in and everything else. It's bad. And I like to say before, what can you do? And I applaud those news stations who didn't show it because it was so disgusting. I applaud them because they even knew it was so vile. And the president needs to apologize. He needs to apologize on national television. If he doesn't, it's over. And the Republicans know it. I never saw so many Republicans, and I applaud them, who said they don't stand for that. This country is not, it's not about that. And I applaud the Republicans. They came out. They really showed up. But they know as far as elections, it's over for them. Look, I'm an independent, but I'll be honest, can't vote for that, Rob. I can't. There's just no way.
He's not running again.
No, but like I said, it's like Citizen Kane. I told you. He takes down himself and everybody around him. It just showed there's a lot of hate in that White House. And I told you, I have sympathy for him. I still do. Because underneath that hate is a lot of fear. And I remember when you said you tried to compare the Kennedys and Trump. You're right on certain things. And I'll tell you why. Who was the patriarch of the Kennedy family?
It was Ted. Or are you talking about Joe?
Joe. Yep. It was Joe. Same thing with Trump. It was Fred. Okay? Now, here's a big difference. When JFK was assassinated, Robert Kennedy made a heck of a speech, asked for forgiveness. Also, asked for change, and if you notice that, if you notice the video of it, he was wearing his brother's coat, okay? When Charlie Kirk was killed and Trump was asked how would he deal with it, what did he say? He would not forgive. He wanted revenge. That's a huge difference, man. Huge difference. And with Trump, I'm sad to say that that's how he feels about almost everything. And I feel for his family, man, because, like I said, underneath Trump, you see fear, flat out fear. He knows he's going to get impeached. He knows, even with the Epstein files, it's just a lot he's going on around him, man. And he's scared that he's been playing this character so long that he's going to get exposed. And basically, that's what's happening.
He just can't get out of his own way. I mean, he just can't.
No.
He can't.
No. And it's sad because I think that's going to happen. He's going to have to resign because you can't trust him because something else is going to come out.
He's not.
He crossed that red line.
He's not going to resign. You know that as well as I
do. I know. I think for the betterment of the country, he should, because how can you go forward?
Then you make J.D. Vance president? You think he's you think he's ready for that?
Hey, look, I hate to say it. He's going to have to make a change. Look, we're going to have back-to-back presidents from Biden, who obviously couldn't run. I mean, he just couldn't. He's too old. And you're going to have Trump, the same thing. He's old, man. He's making way too many mistakes. And I just can't see him finish out this term. I'll just be honest. If he does, it'd be a miracle. But every day, people are wondering, does this guy have it together? And it's action proof he doesn't. I mean, I hate to say that. I don't want the president to fail, but, after that, I can't see Trump apologizing. I can't see Trump doing the right thing. I really can't. And you see those Republicans, man, they know they cannot get elected. Absolutely cannot get elected while he's in that White House, because you don't know what he's going to do. You literally don't know. And politically, I can't see this administration moving forward. Can't.
Well, I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that there hasn't been more pushback. I mean, I think the Dow being over 50,000 kind of gave him a bit of a slight break, but I can't listen. There's no way I'm going to defend that. There's no other explanation other than that's one of the worst things that ever happened with the sitting president. End of story.
Exactly. And the Dow is great if you got money in it, But the biggest thing is affordability. But he just blew that up by these actions. No one's going to trust him. It's just a disgrace. I don't see how he recovers. I really don't. I don't see how anybody defends that either.
I don't think anybody's going to defend. Nobody's going to defend that.
Shouldn't, but we'll see. But yeah, for the betterment of the country, I think he should resign.
How about this? You had a high Army official shot in Russia. He's in serious condition. I think that's an indication that thing's coming apart at the seams.
Well,
I think Putin's in trouble because I think he doesn't want to quit fighting, and I think the Russian people are finally saying it's got to stop.
For Zelensky, his best bet is to kill Putin. I hate to say that. It shows that two things. One, Putin's not as powerful as everybody thinks. Once somebody can reach out and pretty much touch you, it's almost over for him. Because you talk about Moscow, and this been, you had terrorist attacks all the time, but this is getting closer and closer. And pretty much Zelensky knows if he doesn't get Putin, Putin's going to get him. And it's just a matter of time. I don't see how Putin survives in the sense that even if he gets a deal, he won't be able to hold the country. He just won't. This is not the old Soviet Union. And you see closer and closer assassination attempts against his life. Basically, I hate to say it, but basically somebody's going to assassinate him. If you can assassinate a general like that.
Well, because let me tell you something. They know, the people of Russia, that this guy will not stop until they either all go down or he basically somehow is victorious or somebody ends up pushing that nuclear weapon. I'm telling you, this guy has no end in sight. He wants to keep fighting. I think he enjoys this. I think it's what motivates him. And no matter what, and I got to believe Russia's probably saying, look, we're starving here. We, the people of Russia, are starving here. We have no economy. We need help. And he doesn't care. As long as he has his billions, which he is one of the richest people in the world, he'll fight on till his last breath. I actually think he enjoys this. 866-391-1020. We'll take some more calls on the other side at your Pratt Pack. Good morning.
Ready for custom window treatments? You've got options. At Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, the Lachina family has been serving Pittsburgh homeowners for over 60 years. Choose from custom blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies made in Lachina's own factory and tailored to your home. Enjoy Lachina's free shop at home service or visit one of Lachina's 2 convenient locations in Dormont or Wexford. Call 412-665-4900. That's 412-665-4900. Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory. The quality you deserve.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team when they discuss awesome snacks for the big game. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
CBS News Brief. After last night's opening ceremony, there's a full slate of action today at the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. The U.S. mixed doubles curling team takes on Great Britain. CBS's Seth Doan.
Linda and Terry Christensen were rooting for their daughter, curler Corey Teesey.
How was it to have a child who's made it to the Olympics?
We both started crying.
Police are investigating a new message as they search for Today Show host Savannah Guthrie's mother. CBS's Andres Gutierrez.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department issuing a statement in response saying, quote, the FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department are aware of a new message regarding Nancy Guthrie. Investigators are actively inspecting the information provided for its authenticity.
A federal judge has ordered the Trump administration to release billions of dollars for a project to build new rail tunnels between New York City and New Jersey. New Jersey Acting Attorney General Jennifer Davenport.
The federal government is just completely acting unlawfully here. There's no reason for this.
The project was shut down yesterday. CBS News Brief. I'm Michael Wallace.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke of the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus as we highlight the strength of our school-based assessments. Catholic Education Plus airs this Sunday morning at 6:30 and is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos in the Diocese of Pittsburgh.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Expect an exceptionally cold day today with gusty winds and frigid conditions with morning flurries, then sun and clouds, high 12. Partly cloudy for tonight and rather cold with a low of just 0. Then still cold for tomorrow with some afternoon sun and a high of 18. Ahead of more clouds but less cold Monday, high 26. For AccuWeather, I'm LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, stay warm this weekend. I'll be back Monday. Listen, not till 3, though. We got the WPIAL basketball playoff pairings. They come your way at 2 o'clock. Catch you on Monday, 3 to 6. Colin Dunlap, KDK.
All right, number to dial to get on this show, and I would get in early and often because we are only in open talk until 7, and it will fill up quickly. So 866-391-1020. So we've been talking about the Dow. We've been talking about the ridiculous post social media from the Trump administration and depicting very shameful the Obama family, Michelle and former President Barack Obama. We've been talking about the Dow finishing over 50,000 points, talking about the Guthrie family, Nancy Guthrie, a second communication. Authorities go back to the house. They take an automobile from the house. They were searching into the night with flashlights the entire property. So that is the latest there as well. And a high-ranking Army official shot in Russia remains in serious condition. A lot of folks are wondering why and how could that happen and what's the thought process behind it. 866-391-1020. Here's Joseph, Mount Oliver, wants to talk Russia. Joseph, good morning. Welcome to KDKA.
Okay. Do you know how many people got killed for that live in the Ukraine so far?
I have no idea, sir. I know it's a large number.
600,000 people. Do you know how many Russian people got killed?
Go ahead.
1.2 million people. 1.2 million people. All right? We were supposed to support the Ukraine. Donald Trump made a fool out of the president of Ukraine on national TV by scolding him and talking rotten to him. Trump's a disgrace. Now, the interest on the national debt is what I want to talk about, okay, because eventually the dollar's going to collapse. I have nothing more to say. You have a great show. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, and those numbers are staggering. And I'm sure if you would go Google now, they were probably numbers that have increased quite a bit from the numbers he gave, which are staggering to begin with and absolutely flat out frightening. 866-391-1020. Here's Rob in Plum. Busy morning with your Pratt Pack. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob. I just called in to say, yeah, I was over there talking about the Dow and everything like that. The Dow's been going great over there, but a lot of bad things happening in Plum over there. More concerned about all the police officers getting beat up over there. I hope everyone's safe over there. We had a couple police officers who got beat up by an illegal alien over there. I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone keeps these police officers in their prayers and everything like that. I mean, everything in Plum, has been going very well over here. But I'm more concerned about, what's happened locally. I like the idea that we're going to get more jobs here. Josh Shapiro is pushing for the job creation over here. Those data centers. I think these data centers might be the next steel revolution over here. That's the way I'm looking at it. I don't know how everybody else is looking at it. But, I mean, I'm keeping abreast of the Dow and everything like that and taking a look at, what's going on in the futures, everything like that. And everything looks pretty good over here.
Yeah, why do you think that is, Rob? Why do you think we crossed 50,000 points?
Here's what happened, Rob. Trump has created so many millionaires. People are pushing their money now back into the market. And what happened was when you push everything back into the market, it's going to go up. No matter what you invest in over there, everything's gone up recently. That's why. I mean, people are more people are retiring every day here. There's more money being pushed into the market, and that's what's causing everybody to go up. I mean, this cryptocurrency, I never bought into it. I mean, people are taking their money out of cryptocurrency and they're just pushing it right back into the dollar. And the dollar's becoming stronger and stronger. That's what it is, Rob. I mean, you're creating more millionaires is what you're doing here, in effect. And that's what's happening basically on the world stage right now. And more people see it. More people are willing to take their dollars and they're going to push it right back in the United States. So that's what's basically happening, It's like, what's our next big thing? You know what I mean? So they're looking at the Dow and everything like that, and you're looking at bank stocks, you're looking at gold, and you look at silver, and everybody's just looking for security now, and that's the whole thing. That's what it is, Rob. It's security.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, Rob, listen, I think that's a big question that we need to ask the audience today. How is it with all of these things that are happening, the war in Ukraine, obviously peace in the Middle East hanging on by a thread. We have the Minneapolis situation with ICE, the president doing some things that really a lot of us are wondering, what are they thinking? And you got the Dow, 50,000 plus. I mean, I don't know. Whatever is going on, I also think what's happened, I think Americans have decided to take it upon themselves and invest in themselves and invest in this country. And they're not following a script. They're not following what the Democrats or the Republicans are trying to do. They're basically like pioneers, if you will. Like when you think of people like Carnegie, Frick, Morgan, Westinghouse, well over 100 plus years ago, who just came in here like mavericks and basically built from within. It didn't matter who the sitting president was. It didn't matter what political party they represented. They were all about hard work. They were about taking, the people of the community that they called home and making them their workforce. And believe it or not, even though the work was dangerous at Carnegie Steel, which would eventually become U.S. Steel, there were good paychecks. The coal mines, they were not easy jobs, but they were paychecks that people could have a sustainable life. And Westinghouse was so good that he was the one that basically invented what was called the row house and gave everybody a tract of land, let them garden, would go into the shop at night, roll up his sleeves and help people at times on particular projects. And what a lot of people don't realize, manufacturing, assembly line work, if you will, pretty much eat, sleep, and repeat, which may seem kind of monotonous to some, but I think everybody needs structure, and I think there's some structure going on right now, especially if you look at the building trade. Say you're a carpenter, you're going from the Shell petrochemical plant. Many are going to be rolling into Nippon U.S. Steel, these data centers, Indiana County, Beaver County. So you're going to have continuous work for the next 10, 15 years. You're going to have a place to go every morning with your hard hat, your tool belt, your lunchbox, and you're going to make money to where you can go home and carve out a life. And I think what's happened in our country today, and I don't know how you all feel about this, but I think that equation was taken away. And as much as, you want to look at the administration and think he's business, pro-business, all the things that he's done, maybe that has something to do with it. But I'll be quite honest with you. I just think that the American people, especially with the shenanigans in the nation's capital, have had it. And I think you've got a few people like the Elon Musk of the world and others who are leading by example and basically carving things out to where they can get the American people to buy in, or people on the global stage. They create a workforce. I mean, like Elon taking SpaceX and merging it with his AI company. So now it's valued at over $1 trillion. Look what Tim Cook has done with Apple. I mean, Apple is doing everything, including the sponsor of the halftime show on the Super Bowl coming up tomorrow. I honestly believe right now the American people have said, you know what, we're not dealing with this anymore. We're done. We're not dealing with it anymore. We're basically going to go about it in our own way, and we're going to carve our own way. Because I don't think you can really give anybody credit. Somebody is investing in America. Maybe you have a better thought process than I do on this. But I don't think this has to do with anything as far as who's in the White House or what political party is doing what, because they always try to tie it to that. The president even tried to take a little bit of credit for it, and I get it and I understand. But I also think his ego is starting to really get in the way. And, wanting to have, these tunnels named after him, Trump Kennedy Center, which I don't have a problem with that because he's the one springing to get the thing refurbished. I mean, the ceiling was kind of falling in. Different parts of it was crumbling, and you don't want to lose that place. That place is historic. And honestly, it doesn't matter really in the end whose name's on it. We know what it is. But, now with this tunnel money, the judge saying you got to release it, but he says only if you name enough. Come on, your ego, you got to back down. And if that social media post came out of him just saying, you know what, I'm going to do it because I am the whatever he thought he is, that's what's going to bring him down. That's what's going to destroy everything. But what's amazing, even with all that negative stuff, even, what's going on with these partial government shutdowns back and forth, and we're not going to supply all of the Department of Homeland Security. Sadly, what happened in Minneapolis, all of this stuff, the Dow had an incredible day. So somewhere, somehow, some way, people are still investing in America. And I think a lot of it has to do with just Americans doing what they do. 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020. Again, I'm shocked that many of you don't have more to say about the Nancy Guthrie story. And I'm hearing all kinds of possibilities and conspiracy theorists. And the bottom line is I still am very frustrated that an 84-year-old woman can be taken in an affluent neighborhood like that. And the timeline from when she was last seen to when they reported her not showing up at that church service, how could they have found that much time to get through a community and to get her out of that community where many people believe that she's no longer in that community? They do believe she's still alive, but they don't know where she is, but they don't believe she's there. And I just can't believe with so many layers of security, especially with cameras and things in 2026 that you and I could only have dreamt of back in the 60s and 70s, that there's not more on this. And if it was a ransom or a kidnapper, don't you think they'd be trying to force the hand to get the money to get out of there? I don't know. It's just starting to really get a little creepy. And when it gets creepy, you start thinking, you know, who is that assailant? Could it be someone that community really knows? I don't know. Strange. 866-391-1020. All of our lines are open. Feel free to jump on board with any of those topics, multiple topics that we brought up today, or if you have something on your mind, I would love to hear from you. Your Pratt Pack for a Saturday on KDKA.
We're 75 days until the draft. Everything you need to know surrounding the draft is right here. It's brought to you by Bill Few Associates Wealth Management. Their only concern is your best interest. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. News Radio KDKA Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. High school basketball last night, KDK. Lamont Perkins had 12 points as McKeesport makes the postseason for the first time in 3 years with a 26-24 win over Gateway. College hoops today, Pitt SMU at 2 o'clock. On 93.7 The Fan, Duquesne takes on George Washington. Robert Morris tips off against YSU. It's the big game tomorrow in which Seattle remains a 4.5-point favorite over New England. We'll have our big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show beginning after local news at 11. And Waste Management Phoenix Open through 2 rounds. The top of the leaderboard features a pair of Japanese stars. Ryo Hatsuturi fired a 63, and he is your leader at 11 under, while 2-time Phoenix Open champ Hideki Matsuyama is at 64. And he is 1 shot off the pace. And Scotty Scheffler is now 7 shots off the pace, and he has made the cut in 66 consecutive tournaments. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Italy. More sports at 937thefan.com.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Berg with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today. Visit sliceonbroadway.com. This winter has seen unprecedented temperatures and weather. Help keep your neighbors warm with Dollar Energy Fund as they support families across Western Pennsylvania who need help with their utility bills. For nearly 20 years, Warmathon has raised funds to keep homes safe and warm. Give today at warmathon.com. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Details at kdkaradio.com. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, couple of things. Rob's Getting ready for that first look at news at 6 a.m. He'll be here in just a little bit. But the roads are good. I had no problem coming to work today. PennDOT's been doing incredible last week plus, but it is cold. So bundle up if you're heading out. Temperature right now down to 10 above. More of the same coming our way tomorrow. So good weekend to just stay home and get out all sorts of good snacks and watch that big game tomorrow night. Don't forget, big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show tomorrow, including Ray Fittipaldo from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He will drop by along with Jerry Schmidt, longtime Duquesne football coach, former Geneva College coach Gino DeMarco. He'll be here as well. So we got everything that you need as far as getting you ready for that big game. All right, and on the Coons Cooking Hour tomorrow, we're going to give you some ideas as well, too. And they got a giant 2-day sale underway. So we're going to be talking food and football all weekend long. All right, so does anybody have any ideas of why the Dow finished over 50,000? And here's the other thing that's frustrating to me, okay? If that can happen, and that really was the lead story yesterday, amongst some other things that we talked about, but that was historic. I mean, when that thing hit, that was almost like one of those awe-inspiring moments. Like, how can that be with, $38 trillion in debt, Doge, what we went through with that, all of the tariff stuff, the pushback between, talks with China, everything that's going on with Russia, but it happened. And you see, Wall Street is just not Main Street America anymore. Wall Street basically has become a global phenomenon. And these big tech stocks that kind of, are important, just like the blue chip, like petroleum, oil, gas stocks, well, that's stuff that really is wheeled and dealed around the world. I mean, that's the type of stuff that really affects the global economy. Maybe the most important aspect of the global economy are those two entities, right? So they obviously were strong, and that's one of the reasons why it did what it did. But here's what I just don't understand. How can we finish at over 50,000 points, okay? And this country be $38 trillion in debt? I mean, how's that possible? And how's it possible that, a lot of people are concerned about, are they going to have enough reserve money for snow removal? Honestly, I can't even imagine with some of these smaller communities who are barely able to even have a school district. And now they've got to have snow removal. And many of them have gone out and hired contractors to come into their town and to remove the snow. I mean, so that's somebody's writing a check for that, okay? And you can't keep going back to the state because the state right now are trying to get their budget passed through. And many of the people that I've talked to in the House and the Senate, obviously many Republicans, are saying that it's still too much money. And if you think about the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, all right, but just the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, our budget is over $50 billion? I mean, think about that. Just for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I mean, where does the money come from? And you can't, and the other thing, if you don't have all these working class jobs, where's the money come from? And let me tell you something. If that's the big ticket, and that's what it's going to cost, again, it's amazing that they're able to do what they do. Because honestly, with all of the services and things that we get in Pennsylvania, like the great PennDOT and others, I'm shocked it's not more than that. But don't you think it's time that we start capitalizing on opportunities to build things and to make things, whether it's an Amazon center, whether it's a steel mill, whether it's a data center, whether it's a nuclear power plant? Don't you think it's time that we just start doing more of that? I mean, just think of this. Say if you would build 10 petrochemical plants throughout Pennsylvania. I know what Shell has done for Beaver County. I see what it has done, that pristine, obviously, landscape along the Ohio River, the people that are going to work there every day. I mean, just rental equipment alone, okay? 18-wheelers that are going in there every day. They have their own railroad. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal, and the natural gas is powering the place. And once we start to open the floodgates and give them a chance to do what they are able to do, and we get some of these livestock companies, these feeder stocks, if you will, they come in, plastics and perfume and more. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen if we take the reins off of everyone and quit worrying about who, what, when, where, why, or how. And yesterday was an indication that we're going to go back into that exploring, exploration, pioneer stage of America. That had nothing to do with the Trump administration, because some of the stories that he has had happen in his administration of late with his ego, Honestly, I'm surprised that there is not more pushback. I'm surprised more people. Honestly, I thought when I got on the air today, every one of my lines would have been lit about the social media situation. And nobody's brought it up but me. And because I wanted to bring it up, and I think it's flat out wrong, okay? But just the other things, and this wanting to have his name on everything. I mean, my goodness gracious, enough's enough. And he just goes too far over the top. But still, 50,000 plus. So that tells me that people are trying to take stock in America. And I think we should be bullish on America and give the entrepreneur a chance to do what they can do. I mean, think about it. You think of big tech being a global phenomenon. Guess what? Big tech all began right here in Silicon Valley, on the other side of the country. It all started here. Microsoft, Apple, all of it. And Facebook and Google. Facebook just celebrated their 20th birthday. I mean, what that man, Mark Zuckerberg, who is still a young man, has done, and now Meta, and he signs a 20-year commitment to get power from this data center and shipping port, too good to be true. Too good to be true. Pittsburgh Business Times writing yesterday, love that wonderful Pittsburgh Business Times, about the economic corridor in Beaver County and how billions could be coming there because of the data center and the nuclear energy situation. I'm telling you right now, there are some really good things happening. We just have to stay focused and not lose sight of what really is important in America right now. And that's creating economic growth, jobs. When you have better jobs, you have better health care, you have better education, you have all of the things that you really need to not just survive, but to thrive as a nation. So I'm not going to sit here and be poo-pooing things that upset me, because there are some things. And that social media post definitely just got me riled up. But I'm going to look beyond that and look at the human race, the people of this country, no matter who they are, whatever their race is, their religious beliefs, how many zeros they have at the end of their name. I'm going to focus on one thing: bringing jobs to the American people, bringing an opportunity for this country once again to take the rest of the world in the palm of their hand and say, look, we are going to lead by example. If you want to come with us, reach out, take our hands, we'll do it together. If not, we're going to do it on our own. Because now more than ever, America has to stand strong and stand alone. We can't be counting on anybody. And I'm telling you right now, where you heard this, the biggest stickler in this country has been us, the billions that we have given to Ukraine. A lot of people don't like it. It had to happen. It has to happen. You can't let him win in Ukraine, Russia, and Vladimir Putin. But with this story about this army, I mean, this is, I think, the beginning, and I'm going to go on record today with the shooting of this army officer who is in serious condition, is a sign that there is such unrest in Russia right now. Vladimir Putin is feeling the heat. I think the Russian people have had enough. They're struggling. You heard that gentleman say over 1 million of their lives have been lost. Over 600,000 of Ukrainian lives have been lost. And you have to realize these countries are so close together. Many of these people were related to one another. And once the war is over, somebody's going to have to come up with the money to rebuild. And I'm sure Russia's thinking that. Ukraine's thinking that. They want it to come to an end. Putin doesn't. But I'm going to tell you right now, just like I did when there were 120,000 troops on the border years ago, nobody believed me. I said they're going in, have and have-nots after the pandemic. I think the sign of this officer getting shot is the beginning of the end of Vladimir Putin's not just war in Ukraine, but him as the president of Russia. Remember where you heard it. 866-391-1020 phone number, and the lines are wide open. We've got another hour of open talk, and we'll come back right after Rob Taylor checks the news next at 6 on KDKA. It's your Pratt Pack. Good morning.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Apparently, Pittsburgh parking chairs have made the Wall Street Journal. And Lenny McAllister spotted this for us.
There's a very viral video of one individual in the city that was so angry that somebody took their dugout Pittsburgh parking chair parking spot that they basically snowed in the car that took the parking.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
At PJ Fitzpatrick, you don't have to pick between affordability and quality. You can get American-made windows that are beautiful, affordable, and energy efficient. Plus, you can trust PJ Fitzpatrick with their 45 years of experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. You can have it all. Visit trustpj.com today for a free design consultation. That's trustpj.com.
Throughout Black History Month, the city of Pittsburgh celebrates the spirit and heroism of the Vachon family, which settled in Pittsburgh in 1829. A month-long display at the City County Building and online content explores the enduring legacy of these inspiring abolitionists and activists, whose impact continues to motivate contemporary movements for justice and equality. This celebration showcases one of the most important families in the city of Pittsburgh during the building of our nation. Learn what's happening in February at KDKA-Radio.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 11 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 6 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. An 18-year-old man from Pittsburgh was killed and 9 other people injured after a massive pileup on Interstate 79 in Jackson Township, Butler County on Friday morning. Evan Gingo was a student at Slippery Rock University, a freshman, graduated from Mount Lebanon High School in 2025. He died after an accident between Gingo's Subaru Impreza and a pickup truck. That was one of many accidents along 79 that began around 10 o'clock Friday morning. As mentioned, 9 other people were injured in those accidents. Authorities are still searching for an 18-year-old man they say is a person of interest in a deadly shooting in Uniontown. 20-year-old Lamar Thompson Jr. of Uniontown was shot on Dunlap Street Thursday afternoon. He died at the hospital. Now, state police are looking for Braden Dickinson. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous and is believed to be driving a blue Jeep Compass. Mike Obley is the Fayette County District Attorney.
We're still trying to figure out exactly what the motive is. Both of these individuals are known to the state police for having connections to at least one street gang within a community.
Anyone with information on Dickinson's whereabouts should call the Uniontown Police Department or the State Police Barracks in Uniontown. Police say one person died in a head-on collision in New Sewickley Township, Beaver County. That crash happened around 6:20 Friday evening on Freedom Crider Road. It's unclear what led up to the crash. Crash is under investigation. The person who died has not been publicly identified. And one person died and a firefighter was injured during a fire at a duplex in Braddock. That fire started around 7 o'clock Friday night at a duplex on a 30 block of Elm Way. Fire rose to 3 alarms. 2 families lived in the duplex. A firefighter with the Rivers Edge Volunteer Fire Department suffered a minor injury. The person who died in the fire has not been publicly identified. Well, with the cold weather this weekend, city once again opening up 5 warming centers for today and Sunday. Beachview, Greenfield, Homewood, Sheridan Healthy Active Living Centers will be open from 11 a.m. until 6 o'clock today and tomorrow, while the Southside Market House will be open from 7:30 this morning until 6:30 this evening. City Parks Rec Centers will also be open. KDKA Radio News Time coming up on 6:03. Time to call Highwood Cemetery to ensure your family's grave sites are protected now and in the future. 412-766-6600. AccuWeather forecast next.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh body repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. we show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy Febreze. La, 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 la.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today brings one of the coldest days of the winter with some morning flurries, otherwise sun and clouds, and windy with a high of just 12. Then dangerously cold tonight with some clouds, low 0, leading to a very cold day for tomorrow with more afternoon sun and a high of 18. Then cloudy but less cold for Monday, high 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Rob Fracks on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, so the editor of the New Pittsburgh Courier has been gracious enough to bring in enough copies for all of us because of our colleague, Mr. Chris Moore, the legend, getting ready to retire from this incredible career and this pioneer broadcasting station to the world, KDKA Radio. I have my copy that comes to my house, so I will leave what could have been my copy for someone else because I want people to hang on to it and cherish it because he was an incredible broadcaster, still is an incredible broadcaster, but what an amazing man and an even better friend. I have much love for Chris Moore. So a job well done.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, we had heard that some rumblings that it could happen. And then on Sunday when Chris Moore on the Moore of Pittsburgh here on KDKA made the announcement official that he would be retiring, we were ready. And, we talked with, Lynn Hayes Freeland, legendary media figure and former KDKA radio personality. And we talked with her. We talked with, some former reporters at the Post-Gazette, such as Carmen Lee, who's now in communications at the Heinz Endowments. Talk with, of course, Dr. Irvin Dyer, who former Post-Gazette reporter who's now the senior editor at Pitt Magazine. Just talk with a number of people. The former president of the Pittsburgh Black Media Federation, Brian Cook Sr., who's now director of communications and marketing for Central Catholic High School. There's just so many people that Chris Moore has either mentored or worked with or what have you. But, one of the major focuses of the Courier's article from Wednesday was how he founded and just really took hold of the urban journalism workshop through the Pittsburgh Black Media Federation, where for just decades and decades he would mentor. He'd bring high school students in to, let's say, Duquesne University for a week or Point Park University for a week and teach them the ins and outs of journalism, whether it was for television, for radio, for newspapers. And, I think it's suffice to say it could be more than 200 or 300 students over the past couple decades that went through that week-long program. And I was one of those students in 98 and 99. So that's when I first met Chris Morris, 1998, through that journalism workshop.
Yeah, I'm a proud member of the military, a Vietnam veteran, so we had a nice connection there. But, really, Chris and I have been together forever. I mean, working the weekends, our paths would cross all the time, and I just used to watch him work, and it was like poetry in motion. He's an artist. I mean, and talk radio is to talk, but you also want to receive communication. And I don't think I've ever worked with anyone, no matter what time of day, no matter what the topic. He gets phone calls like I've never heard or seen in my life. People will call him at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He just has this ability to make people want to participate.
Yeah, and it's funny, just growing up in the city of Pittsburgh, we'd be watching Black Horizons on WQED when I was younger.
Yeah.
And, he came to Pittsburgh in 1980, and, I was born in 1981, so pretty much all I remember
is Chris.
On WQED and KDKA radio. I mean, my dad used to be turning on the KDKA radio in the car, and I'd hear Chris Moore on Saturdays and Sundays.
Lighting it up. Man.
Yeah, I mean, and for me, I just thought he was on WQED. I didn't realize he was also on the radio as well. So it was, he was doing his thing.
Very smooth too. Yeah. Always just dapper and just on point. And there wasn't anything he couldn't, and still to this day, I mean, who's ever going to be fortunate to run into him in a diner, you're going to get like a Chris Moore talk show over a cup of coffee, because the guy can talk about anything. I could basically bring him in here and say, here's 5 topics, go. And he would be so just connected because he's just so well-versed that it would be like he'd been planning all day.
Yeah, that's if you listen to his radio show, it's funny. You know how when people retire, you're like, well, who's going to take his place? I'm thinking, who has all that knowledge from all these years that can just, deal with all the KDK radio callers? Who has that?
Listen, people above my pay grade will make that decision, and they'll figure it out. But I'm going to tell you, one of the things when I first started in this business, you didn't want to replace or follow certain people. You know what I mean? And Chris Moore was always, you'd be on the air and like, again, the number to dial. Again, the number to dial. And Chris just like sits down and the phones start lighting up. Hey, this is Chris Moore. More in the evening, more in the afternoon, as he used to say. And the phone calls would just light up. And I'll be honest with you, I've grown as a broadcaster because I've tweaked, obviously, through the years, and you always continue to learn. And I would take little pieces of that Chris Moore recipe, and it really did help me. But when you think of the New Pittsburgh Courier, you think of the city, right? And all the news that you need to know about the city. Well, when I think of Chris Moore, I think of the city. People who live in Pittsburgh, they want to air an opinion or a grievance or something to gripe about or salute. They want to do it with Chris Moore. And that's why I love Chris Moore.
Yeah, absolutely. And, he also, produces a lot of specials, whether it's just African-American based specials highlighting different African-American landmarks in Pittsburgh and people in Pittsburgh through his video prowess as well. So obviously, I mean, this goes without saying, Chris Moore, so multi-talented. But I just think that
effortless.
It's effortless, and it's so many years. I mean, we're talking 46 years in Pittsburgh doing media, and that's not counting St. Louis, Little Rock.
Well, how would you like this as a follow-up? Maybe I'll get on the front page of the Courier. I've been since 1984.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a long journey. You were, what, 3?
3.
Unbelievable. Hey, speaking of the city, and I'm sure you'll be doing something on it if you haven't already, congratulations to the former mayor. Got a nice job with the Game Commission.
Yeah, just that news just broke.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's a wonderful story.
Yeah, gets the state pension back after being a state rep. Job pays $145,000 a year. So I think it's safe to say he, landed on his feet on that.
Well, he's going to be good because he's very vocal, very articulate, well-spoken, and he does have a good eye at watching over things. And I think this is an opportunity. I mean, it really does add a lot of tax money to this region. It creates a lot of good, affordable paychecks, good jobs. There's room to grow, but it is gaming, so you got to keep your eye on it. I think that's the right guy. And I saw that yesterday, and I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, and he's one of 6 commissioners in that Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board. So, kudos to Ed Gainey.
You know what I used to always think would be a cool job? I always wanted to work for the lottery. Just to go around all these little places, and restock the machines and what have you. Look, I still get the Powerball, and I have no chance of winning it. But every time I go to this certain gas station in Monaca, even if I don't need gas, I'll go, just give me $10 for the gas and give me 3 Powerball tickets. I just like having those Powerball tickets. And honestly, if I would ever win, I'd probably give it all away. But it's just, I don't know, there's just something to kind of get you through the day.
Yeah, I always had like this inclination because my dad was a big lottery player back in
Was
the
he?
day.
Cool.
Oh yeah. I mean,
cool.
7:00. 6:58. You better make sure that TV's on too to get the numbers. But and speaking of before cell phones, we had to find a payphone and call my dad at the house, and he'd tell my mom, play these numbers before 7:00, and if we didn't call home.
Listen, we used to read the lottery numbers on the radio here.
Yeah, Mike Whiteley. We used to be in the car. My dad and I would be in the car, and he'd be like, Mike Whiteley, the numbers 3, 5, 7. These.
I know, man. Oh God, great memories, man. Listen. I always wanted to do the TV shot, with the nightly Pennsylvania lottery, and the little balls would come around.
I did too. I wanted to.
But listen, the fear of screwing it up, no, that's okay, man. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. You screw up a lottery number, and you got somebody who's putting a few bucks down every day, there's going to be what to pay.
Right.
All right, good stuff. And listen, New Pittsburgh Courier also available at the Highwood location in Coons Market and Beulah Road. If you haven't subscribed, you need to, because of great stories like Chris Moore. And I will always be indebted to him. I love Chris Moore, and I hope he has a long and happy, healthy retirement. Short break, we'll come back. Got Anthony in Oakland. We'll get to him in just a moment. Anybody else out there, feel free. Let's do it. 866-391-1020.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. High school basketball last night, KDK. Lamont Perkins had 12 points as McKeesport makes the postseason for the first time in 3 years with a 26-24 win over Gateway. College hoops today, Pitt SMU at 2 o'clock. On 93.7 The Fan, Duquesne takes on George Washington. Robert Morris tips off against YSU. It's the big game tomorrow in which Seattle remains a 4.5-point favorite over New England. We'll have our big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show beginning after local news at 11. And Waste Management Phoenix Open through 2 rounds. The top of the leaderboard features a pair of Japanese stars. Ryo Hatsuturi fired a 63, and he is your leader at 11 under, while 2-time Phoenix Open champ Hideki Matsuyama is at 64. And he is 1 shot off the pace. And Scotty Scheffler is now 7 shots off the pace, and he has made the cut in 66 consecutive tournaments. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Italy. More sports at 937thefan.com.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look-back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, about 40 minutes left of Open Talk. Been a busy morning, so if you want to get in here on the multiple topics that we have brought up since the 5 a.m. hour, now would be a great time. We have a couple of lines available. 866-391-1020. As promised, let's head out to Oakland and say good morning to Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
Thank you. You know, what I always ask the uncomfortable questions sometimes. When I see this case with Miss Guthrie, Savannah's mother, disappearing, and I look at the isolated area in which she lived by herself, I say to myself, why wouldn't they have someone staying with this woman who had all the health issues that she's had?
I agree.
Why wouldn't she have one of those medical alert buttons on? I don't understand why you would have your sick mother and I'm not trying to pass judgments on these people. People make their own decisions. But there's no way in the world, because I took care of my grandfather and my mother till the day they died, that I would leave her in this isolated area all alone. And I mean, a family member dropped her off who lives 11 miles away. You don't go into the house with her. You don't see what's going on. There's no medical alert on her. There's no security dog. There's nothing.
I know.
I'm baffled by that. Now, see, people would get mad at me for saying this because of the circumstance, but I think that's a legitimate question to ask.
Listen, when my mother lived for the 5 years after my dad died, somebody every day at the house, on the phone, constantly. I mean, my mother got to the point where she'd be like, you guys just leave me alone. I mean, and none of us had the resources that family has. And I'm not pointing fingers, but then, these security cameras were like removed. If she was there alone, if not for anything, how long have they been gone? And if I would have, listen, I used to put security into homes of people that I knew who were elderly, and I'd pick up the bill. I did it for my former in-laws because I didn't want them to be alone without having a security system. It's mind-boggling. In that short time between 9:45 at night and the next morning, how is it that she is completely vanished? It makes no sense. And there's no traffic light security cameras. I mean, in an affluent neighborhood like that, it makes no sense to me, Anthony. None.
It's not like she was living in a condo in Manhattan. Exactly. She was living in a very isolated area. People, the only thing running around there are cougars and coyotes. I mean, I don't understand. Even though she could have been attacked by a coyote if she's out wandering around. So I'm baffled by that. And Miss Guthrie makes a lot of money, but somebody dropped the ball here, family members. I mean, I see she has a brother and a sister who live in the area, but it's unconscionable to me to think that I would drop my grandfather off, who had a heart problem, has a pacemaker and high blood pressure, and say good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, there's just that part. No one's going to talk about it like you and I are right now because they feel it would be backlash or whatever. But I said that last Saturday when this first happened. I said, my goodness. And then finding out she lived there all by her lonesome with all these helmets. And if you saw those first alerts, I mean, they make fun of that commercial, I've fallen, but I can't get down. But if you push that button, immediately somebody calls you, talks to you through the thing right away. And, that's on you, that's on your chest. So I don't know.
So let me ask you, do you think it could be somebody that the family really knows up close and personal, possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
But as long as this thing goes on, it looks darker.
I mean, but
it looks darker here.
And then, you see these knucklehead comments. Who cares? I mean, all this stuff, social media. Yeah, why would you not care? How could you not have empathy? Because every one of us that has a mother, and we all have a mother, and most mothers, 99 3/4% are absolutely revered and loved, thinks, my God, how could I even get one step in front of the other if I had to deal with something like that? Look, I love my mother to the point, this would have crippled me. It would have probably been the only time in my life that I actually was speechless. I can't imagine what they're going through. But what I'm getting at, Anthony, if it can happen to her in $1 million home in an affluent neighborhood like that, and she disappears literally from the face of the earth within a matter of 12 hours, what's that tell you? And this police department, with all due respect, do they have anything?
Well, they look like the Keystone Cops.
It's horrible.
The Three Stooges. And listen, mothers and grandmothers, as a human being, are the closest thing to God that we'll ever see in our life. Those women, especially the women that raised you and I from the Depression era and onward, my grandmother, I loved my grandmother more than life itself. That woman was so precious. So I would be distraught. I would be suicidal if something like this happened. But I would also know that I have to stay focused to find her. But it just baffles me what happened here. And let me just say, I heard you and Tia talking earlier, and I'm going to get out quickly.
Go ahead.
About the Trump people and what he did.
Right.
Well, no one should be surprised. and no one's going to pay the price because MAGA's already out crucifying those who criticize him right now. So that just shows you the Kool-Aid drinkers on that side, because anyone who saw that video cannot say that it's only a joke. Listen, folks, I lived through legalized segregation and Jim Crow. You don't joke like that as it pertains to black folk.
No.
That was never funny. And so for a president of these here United States to put that out and not take responsibility for it, and so-called, if someone did put it out and he didn't know about it, fire them and let us know who he was.
Well,
tells you all you need to know.
Let me tell you one other thing before I let you go. So I'm a big fan of Jay Leno, always have been, and I'm always watching podcasts or listening, and he said something very unique, and it kind of can tie into what's happening here. The world has changed where you can't do anything, nor should you, and it should have changed years ago when it comes to anti-Semitism and race, and I totally think this is deplorable what happened. But he said that they used to have to edit Don Rickles older in life because he just would go too far. And the question by Adam Carolla, who was hosting the podcast, basically, Don Rickles wouldn't fly today. And Jay said he'd have to, scale it way back. In other words, what we accepted even as humor, say, 30 years ago, that stuff, you can't do any of that no more. It's over. I mean, and, when we were young, that stuff was just like, it was humor. You can't do it. What the Rat Pack used to do with Sammy Davis. I look at it today and I cringe. So I just hope somehow, some way, people paid for this and people realize that you just can't do stuff like this. Honestly, when I saw it, I went, how in the world does this happen? I can see some, teenager who doesn't know what they're doing and makes a knucklehead move, and then, you basically take action. But this is the most prominent, highest office in the land. How does that happen?
Because he wanted it to happen.
That's exactly right.
He knows. Listen, he told us a long time ago. He said I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any support. And he's right. Because, like I said, the mega knuckleheads are out here now, supporting him and saying we're all, for even talking about it, we're just trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to hurt him. I could care less. He did it to himself. But he's not going to be hurt. We talk about Ronald Reagan being Teflon. This guy is super Teflon. So, hey, Rob, be safe going home, buddy.
All right, man, be good. Thank you. Yeah, listen, you just can't do any of that. And there's never been a place for any of it, and there should never be a place for any of it. I'm just shocked that there hasn't been more pushback. And I don't know why, because when I saw that, I thought this is going to basically dominate my entire weekend. And that's only the second caller that's brought it up. We're kind of got a loaded phone, Mag, so I'm sure that there's going to be others, but I'm shocked that it took this long. All right, listen, I only have about a minute for the break. I've got Mary in Westview, Joe in Sharpsburg, and Craig down in West Virginia. You're going to get to all of it. I do want to kind of get you caught up on what's happening the rest of today. Now, next hour, Valentine's Day is coming up, so we will, believe it or not, I think it's a week from today, right? So we're going to be joined by the folks from Dorothy's Candies. We're going to talk about those chocolate-covered strawberries and all that good stuff with Nan Cohen. They'll be in studio next hour, 8 o'clock, best of edition of Secure Money Advisors on the Money. And then at 9 o'clock, MediConnect, the Inside Connection. Lance O'Brien will be back hosting this week. 10 o'clock, the guys from True Value. A lot of winter-related questions because of the cold going to stay with us the entire weekend. And you got to attack cold a whole lot different than you do snow. We did get a little bit of snow, but nothing really to speak of. PennDOT's been doing a great job. I mean, they were actually out in front of my house at about 3 a.m. this morning down in Monaca, Pennsylvania. So we are grateful for that. What else? Coming up today at 11 o'clock, AAA Central's Talking Travel will make you think warm weather vacations. And then it's the first Saturday of the month. So Lynn Hayes Freeland is here with Minority Health Matters. We'll be back. It's your Pratt Pack.
Real sports talk for real sports fans. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and you can catch You Better You Bet with me weekday mornings 9 to noon Eastern on the new Westwood One Sports. From being live from Radio Row for the big game to being joined by the biggest names in sports and entertainment, it's sports talk for people that love sports. Download the Odyssey app and listen from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM on Westwood One Sports.
I was ordering food from our usual place for the big meeting. My VP said, "Please, God, no."
For workplaces suffering with corporate catering deficiency, every day's a struggle.
The food was always meh and over budget. Before Easy Cater, I thought that was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat CCD with a huge variety of restaurants, help meet dietary needs, and stay on budget. Use daily. One platform lets you save time and thrive. Ask your web browser about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
Why deal with crowded hotels and packed pools when you can have the whole place to yourself? At SWAC Vacation Rentals, some homes come with private lazy rivers, indoor pools, massive game rooms, and outdoor kitchens built for the whole crew. These aren't hotel rooms, they're private vacation playgrounds, managed by us, cared for by us, and ready when you arrive. And when you book direct, you keep more of your vacation budget where it belongs, with you. Find your unforgettable stay at SWAC. SWACK Vacations.com. That's SWACvacations.com.
Y108 presents Odyssey, The Night Before, powered by Bowser Chevrolet, starring Jason Aldean.
Hey, what's up, Pittsburgh? I'm Jason Aldean.
Wednesday, April 22nd, inside the Event Center at Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. You can't buy a ticket to this show. You can only win your way in. Details at y108.com. Brought to you by Broken Bow Records. Must be 21 plus.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 11 degrees in Pittsburgh International at 6:30. I'm Rob Taylor. Right now, some customers in Union Township, Washington County, are being affected by a large water main break this morning. At the center of the water main break is along El Rama Avenue, close to the El Rama Fire Department building. El Rama Avenue is closed from State Route 837 to Hout Lane. Pan American Water says the repairs could take up to later this evening. The water company also says those impacted may experience discolored or cloudy water, low water pressure, or even no water. A water buffalo is being set up in the area, and a warming center is available at the Union Township building. Well, authorities still searching for an 18-year-old man they say is a person of interest in a deadly shooting in Uniontown. 20-year-old Lamar Thompson Jr. of Uniontown was shot on Dunlap Street Thursday afternoon. He later died at a hospital. Now state police are looking for Braden Dickinson. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous and is believed to be driving a blue Jeep Compass. Mike Obley is the Fayette County District Attorney.
We're still trying to figure out exactly what the motive is. Both of these individuals are known to the state police for having connections to at least one street gang within a community.
Anyone with information on Dickinson's whereabouts should call the Uniontown Police Department or the State Police Barracks in Uniontown. One person died. A firefighter was injured as well during a fire at a duplex in Braddock. That fire started around 7 o'clock Friday night at a duplex in the 30 block of Elmway. Fire rose to 3 alarms. 2 families lived in a duplex, are now displaced. A firefighter with the Rivers Edge Volunteer Fire Department suffered a minor injury. The person who died in the fire has not been publicly identified. And police say one person died in a head-on collision in New Sewickley Township, Beaver County. Crash happened around 6:20 on Friday evening on Freedom Crider Road. It's unclear what led up to the crash. Crash under investigation, and the person who died has not been publicly identified in this incident. KDKA Radio News Time is 6:32. We have the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Brian Schlaba here from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh, born and raised right here. Since 2015, we've helped over 1,000 Pittsburgh homeowners sell their houses quickly and without the stress. No repairs, cleanouts, inspections, or appraisals. We give fast and fair cash offers, buy your home as is, and you choose the closing day. Visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057. That's 412-500-9057.
Pittsburgh's local trusted homebuyer since 2015.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-265-7681. 800-265-7681. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-265-7681.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Expect an exceptionally cold day today with gusty winds and frigid conditions with morning flurries, then sun and clouds, high 12. Partly cloudy for tonight and rather cold with a low of just 0. Then still cold for tomorrow with some afternoon sun and a high of 18. Ahead of more clouds but less cold Monday, high 26. For AccuWeather, I'm LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, stay warm this weekend. I'll be back Monday. Listen, not till 3, though. We got the WPIAL basketball playoff pairings. They come your way at 2 o'clock. Catch you on Monday, 3 to 6. Colin Dunlap, KDK.
All right, let's get back to these phones. Busy day. Let's go to Mary in Westview. Mary, you're on with your Pratt Pack. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I want to tell you what's available out there for people with disabilities. All right, Verizon offers a phone. I got a Verizon disability cell phone with a number. All right, now it is given to me. Well, I got it because I have a disability, and my doctor, primary or whoever, verified that I'm a fall risk and I have a disability. So therefore, I get this Verizon cell phone that has, I have a number with it.
Okay.
All right.
All
now.
right. I don't want to do a commercial for Verizon here, but what do you want to bring to the table? Go ahead.
All right, so, okay, but that's available for people. And you put a person on, that would be a person that in case you'd fall or something, that say that person would call you, okay, and they'd want to know if you're okay for the day or whatever, you're home and and they can't reach you. So what happens is that cell phone, okay, will track where you are.
I love it. But, most phones will actually track where you are, too. Thank you for that, Mary. Appreciate it very much. Let's go to Joe in Sharpsburg. Hi, Joe.
Hey, good morning, Rob. Hey, one thing I wanted to bring up is Bad Bunny's performing tomorrow, and a lot of one side is complaining that he's going to be political and that he should just shut up and perform. That's happened all through the years. Laura Ingraham told I think LeBron James, just dribble a basketball, keep your mouth shut. This is where I have a problem. If they want to believe that, I want to say this. Why do we let our elected politicians go in front of a camera and out lie, yet they go back to their job, but their job has a vote? These performers do not have a vote. They may only sway their own side. I believe that a lot of these, for example, Trump did this ignorant thing that he did, and they asked some of the politicians, none of them on the right, none of them, except for that one senator from South Carolina, they didn't hear about it. These guys live in Washington. They have staff. They hear everything that's going on. If we're going to complain about some celebrity saying that they don't like something, where is the backlash other than the voting booth for these guys who are protected, like senators are protected for 6 years? This is the thing I want to say about that. Let the celebrities speak. Don't agree with them, turn them off. But we can't turn off our politicians because they have that vote.
Listen, my spin on is this, and I love the Grammys, and I will always watch the Grammys, but it got very political too. Look, there's a way to do political humor. People like Carson and Leno made a living doing it, but it's just gone too far. It's over the top. And one thing I have said, and I mean this with the utmost respect, the average working person like you and me, we can't relate to people who are making $1 million a minute. I mean, you know, what they say, they can say because they've got a bank account to fall back on. You and I have to get up and go to work every day. And I don't understand if anybody, or maybe they think that they are actually making a difference, but I go back to when people in Hollywood were supporting like George McGovern. That didn't sway anything, I thought, back then. And in the long run, I don't think any of it sways real people. I don't think there's anybody that buys their music or does anything to support these entertainers, their movies, what have you, actually says, oh, they say that, so I'm going to go with them. I think they appreciate them as long as they're making hit records and hit movies, but once they start to fade, they disappear. I, on the other hand, if I was in a position like that where I didn't have to basically talk about these issues, I wouldn't do it. And if I was in a position making their kind of money doing what they were doing, I would never do it because either way you're going to lose. And you're going home to your palatial mansion and you're going to cause friction in someone's life who's going to go home just hoping to make enough money to pay their electric bill. Does that make any sense to you?
Oh, sure it does. But I'm on my end. These politicians go home and they lied. And these are the people that are supposed to be representing us. One other thing, Senator Scott from South Carolina, he had the nerve to tell people yesterday this is the most racist thing that he's heard come out of this White House. My question is, what was the racist thing before this, and why didn't you say anything about it then? You always have to wait for the next thing. I mean, these guys are protecting this president. He can do what he wants. He's ruining this country. Financially, everybody's doing well, but these experts know this is a bubble. Anything can burst. Why can't they come out and just say something because they're afraid of losing their jobs? These celebrities are not afraid of losing their jobs. Look what they did to the Dixie Chicks.
Oh, destroyed them.
All they did is say something.
Destroyed them.
It's all upside down.
You know, it's funny you should mention them. I was listening to them the other day. Such talented musicians. I mean, and I really loved them then, and I still appreciate them now. But they literally got wiped from the face of the earth. And if you can, if I was an entertainer, I would be saying, you know, a musical entertainer, especially where they basically very few have sustainability past their first major hit. Why would you risk your career? And look what happened to the Dixie Chicks. And I would say, and those folks have great talent. Why would you even risk it? It's like a high wire act with no net. You're just asking for trouble. You're asking for trouble.
Well, you just mentioned something. It just occurred. This Charlie Kirk thing, Turning Point, the anti.
Yes, they're having their
NFL
version.
Stuff.
Right.
They're having their. And yesterday, one group that they had scheduled backed out for that exact reason. They didn't want to become made as political subjects. They said, we're not doing it. And now they're taking all kind of heat from that side. I mean, it's everything's upside down. Somebody's got to come in and say, wait a minute.
This isn't Woodstock, okay? This isn't the Vietnam War, okay? The world has evolved and changed. And listen, as I said earlier about Don Rickles, you can't have that type of humor today. And there were times he pushed the envelope that even made me cringe as a young kid. You've got to be smart about things. Look, we all make mistakes. We all have and we always will. But you got to look at the human race as the human race, and you got to be respectful at all times. All right, here's Craig in West Virginia. Craig, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Rob. How you doing today?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. You know, I listen to your show Saturday and Sunday morning literally every week. I don't call in much in the mornings. It's pretty heavily right side. And this is what really chaps my behind about the other side is that when Trump does do something, it's crickets. I mean, there hasn't been a single one of your regular Republican callers called in today.
That's a good point. It's a good point.
It's every time. It's even in his first term, the same thing would happen. You know, that thing with the Obamas doesn't surprise me one tiny bit. You know, and here's what me and you used to butt heads. I would always bring up his 14 businesses that he tanked, and you'd always say, move forward, which I get your point. I truly do. But I saw this. I was trying to tell people what was coming. This is how, look at the state of this country. This is how his businesses were ran. Well, this was a no-brainer to me. He had over 250 redlining lawsuits from his rental properties in New York before he even got into politics. You know, what was the five black youths that he took out the full-page ad, the Central Park Five? You know, he wanted them executed. He put those words in that newspaper. It was a full-page ad, and guess what? They weren't even the five. None of those five had anything to do with that girl's murder. This is his mantra. He's been this way since he was a little kid. But like I said, we are getting no pushback. And when Biden did something wrong, people might say I didn't, but I would call in and get on Joe Biden. When he got rid of that college debt, that blew my mind. Listen, but he did it legally. So there wasn't a whole lot I could say about it. But I don't want my tax dollars taking care of some college kid's debt who's out on the weekend doing Jaeger bombs. That ain't what I want to see. Fix the predatory lending, and that'll fix the problem. But I always picked on Biden when he did something wrong, and we never hear a peep out of the other party when Trump does something wrong. Just like Anthony said, he could shoot somebody in the middle of Fifth Avenue, and he would not lose a vote.
Well, listen, we're going to continue to talk about this because I don't think it's going to go away. And we really did get a lot of calls in that final 90 minutes of this show today as far as open talk. But you're right. They weren't there. And look, you got to take the good with the bad. I faced it head on. It was one of the very first things I spoke about this morning. All right, Craig, I got to get to a break, buddy. I appreciate it. June, we'll get to you in just a second. Time to get to a break. We'll check some sports. Back with more in a moment. KDKA.
Who's in and who's out of the playoffs for high school basketball? Monday at 2, it's the KDKA Selection Show. Only on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. News Radio, KDKA Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. High school basketball last night, KDK. Lamont Perkins had 12 points as McKeesport makes the postseason for the first time in 3 years with a 26-24 win over Gateway. College hoops today, Pitt SMU at 2 o'clock. On 93.7 The Fan, Duquesne takes on George Washington. Robert Morris tips off against YSU. It's the big game tomorrow in which Seattle remains a 4.5-point favorite over New England. We'll have our big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show beginning after local news at 11. And Waste Management Phoenix Open through 2 rounds. The top of the leaderboard features a pair of Japanese stars. Ryo Hatsuturi fired a 63, and he is your leader at 11 under, while 2-time Phoenix Open champ Hideki Matsuyama is at 64. And he is 1 shot off the pace. And Scotty Scheffler is now 7 shots off the pace, and he has made the cut in 66 consecutive tournaments. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Italy. More sports at 937thefan.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hi, I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, America's largest family law firm. During this time of year, difficult relationships sometimes become impossible. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Hey folks, Marty here. My friends at NASCO Roofing take pride in exceeding customer expectations. Listen to this. Stephanie from Murraysville used NASCO for minor roof repairs. Storm hits, substantial damage. She calls NASCO. NASCO worked with Stephanie's insurance company, installed a beautiful brand new roof. NASCO has satisfied thousands like Stephanie. Get NASCO up on the roof. Call NASCO 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
Let's be honest. The hearing aid industry is broken. Overpriced clinics, pushy appointments, bills of $5,000 or more. That's the trap they hope you fall into. Don't let it happen. Audion Hearing is the escape. Their FDA-registered hearing aids cost just a fraction of the big brands, starting at only $98. Instead of paying as much as $5,000 plus all the doctor appointments and wasted time, you get what you need with no prescriptions, no office visits, no time wasted, and no crazy price tag. Call 800-700-HERE. That's HEAR. Audion's cutting-edge devices are rechargeable, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. Try them risk-free for 45 days with lifetime support and real human help just a phone call away. Over 1 million people have already said yes to Audion Hearing. Join them. Don't let them take advantage of you. Break free from the trap. Call now 800-700-HERE. That's HEAR for a very special offer. 800-700-HEAR or 800-700-4327.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, let's go to June in Green Tree, just down the street from where we are at KDK. Hey, June, good morning. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Just fine, thank you. Long-time listener to KDKA Radio, and it's always on. And I just have two quick comments. First of all, as far as the 50,000 number on the dial, I could explain it by saying the rich get rich and the poor get poor, Rob. And as far as Mr. Trump goes, as a human being, I have always felt he has no bottom. And especially I was so outraged by by the Obamas appearing as apes, and that just bears it out.
Horrible.
And I love how much you love Western Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh. That's a given. And I want to, could you help me a little bit? I want to send a retirement card to Chris Moore. Would I address that to Gateway Center?
No. It's Green Tree now. And I'll put you back on hold, and Alonzo can give you the address.
I wondered about that because you're just down the street from me.
Yeah, we're in Foster Plaza.
Yeah. And like I said, there is no bottom to him. And that's my personal feeling.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's horrible. So let me ask you, what do we do to revert back to when you and I were a little younger and working class people were actually making a paycheck? How do we get back to that, June?
Gosh, I wish I had an answer. I've lived a long time, even back to Bob Prince days. And I have never called in as much as I was tempted to call in to a radio show. I never have until now, till this latest. But I wish I had an answer. And is it the internet? Is it the social media?
I don't
things
know.
Were so, I don't know. I guess I don't know what to say. I really don't. I've never seen it like this in my entire lifetime, and it's sad.
Yeah, it is. Sure, we'd all like to be a little younger. And I was with my my son Robbie the other day, and I was just looking at him. He's 26, homeowner, and just starting out in the world. And I just thought to myself, boy, his whole life is ahead of him. But you know what? Right. I don't know if I'd want to be young again. I don't
exactly.
I want to be around for a while, but man, I just every day it just never ceases to amaze me the stuff that happens in this country.
And I have to chuckle. People say it's not like we didn't know they were the good old days.
Well, can I tell you something? I have a lot of conversations. I live alone. and I have for a long time, and I have a lot of conversations with my mom and dad, and they've been gone a long time. And what I wouldn't do to give that opportunity to my family and my children one more time, grandchildren, to see them and to sit with them. But if they were to come back, both being gone for over 2 decades, they would look at this country and go, dear God, what happened?
Right.
What happened? I mean, just in 20 years, think about it.
Well, I think some of it, Rob, and I am an independent, so to speak, and I think our country changed the day Mr. Trump came down that escalator. That was the turning point, unfortunately, to me.
Well, listen, I can make that real simple. The address, if you just simply put KDKA Radio, Foster Plaza, Building 5, Green Tree, same zip as you, it'll get here.
Building 5. Okay. Thank you so much, Rob.
Listen, don't wait to call. Don't wait to
your love of Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania.
Don't wait to call back. I mean, this is the very first time you've called this radio station?
Yes, and I'm a Pittsburgh native.
So you just a fan of talk radio? Always been a fan?
Right.
It's that voice in the room, is it not?
But like I said, Mr. Trump has no bottom.
Well, look at it this way. It's not going to be forever. It's got 2.5 years at the most, and it's just sad.
But we will suffer the results for decades, Rob, I think.
Well, I hope not. I hope the prosperity does follow, and I hope that my children will have an opportunity to embrace it. But here's the thing about our Constitution, our democracy. Every 4 years you get an opportunity. And I just hope people are making little checks and, balances, I hope they are.
Right.
All right, June.
That's right.
Have a great day, okay?
Thank you, Rob, so much.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
All right, listen, time for no more callers. We got to get ready for the news coming up. And then we've got Nan Cohen on the other side, Dorothy's Candies, Valentine's Day, a week from today. So we'll be talking about chocolate-covered strawberries and all that good stuff. Then the best of edition of Secure Money Advisors, 9 o'clock MediConnect. Lance O'Brien is here to kick off the 9 o'clock hour. And then at 10 o'clock, the guys from True Value. All those cold weather-related questions. They have been busy at those True Value stores. Andy, Mike, Paul will be here today. And then 11 o'clock, AAA Essentials Talking Travel. And then being that it's the first Saturday of the month at noon, Lynn Hayes Freeland with Minority Health Matters. So stay where you're at. Your Pratt Pack, Rob Taylor, coming up next with the news, including the latest AccuWeather. It's cold out there. Right now, 10 degrees above zero, but the roads are good. Thanks to PennDOT, they've been working all night. So just give yourself a little extra time and please bundle up. We'll be back.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Burgh with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today. Visit sliceonbroadway.com. This winter has seen unprecedented temperatures and weather. Help keep your neighbors warm with Dollar Energy Fund as they support families across Western Pennsylvania who need help with their utility bills. For nearly 20 years, Warmathon has raised funds to keep homes safe and warm. Give today at warmathon.com. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Details at KDKA-radio.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company. Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA-FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 11 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 7 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. Penn American Water says a large water main break is affecting not only customers in Union Township, Washington County, but up to 95,000 of its customers in Allegheny and Washington counties this morning. Penn American says the center of the break is along El Rama Avenue in Union Township. They advise not to drink the water without boiling it first. Communities affected include more than 30 municipalities in Washington County, such as Canonsburg, North Strabane, and South Strabane, and 14 locations in Allegheny County, including Bethel Park, Clareton, Upper St. Clair, and Glassport. Penn American says boiled or bottled water should be used for drinking, making ice, and washing dishes, brushing teeth, and food preparation until further notice. Now, a water buffalo is being set up in the area around the El Rama Fire Department building, and a warming center is available at the Union Township building. An 18-year-old man from Pittsburgh was killed, 9 other people injured after a massive pileup on Interstate 79 in Jackson Township, Butler County on Friday morning. Evan Gengo was a student at Slippery Rock University and graduated from Mount Lebanon High School in 2025. He died Friday morning after an accident between his Subaru Impreza and a pickup truck hauling a trailer. That was one of many accidents along 79 that began around 10 o'clock Friday morning. 9 other people were injured in those accidents. Police say one person died in a head-on crash in Noosawicklee Township, Beaver County. Crash happened around 6:20 Friday evening on Freedom Crider Road. It's unclear what led up to the crash. Crash is under investigation, and the person who died has not been publicly identified. Well, with all the cold weather, City of Pittsburgh opening 5 warming centers for today and Sunday. Beachview, Greenfield, Homewood, and Sheridan Healthy Active Living Centers will be open from 11 a.m. today and tomorrow until 6 p.m. And the Southside Market House will be open today from 7:30 a.m. until 6:30 this evening. Same with tomorrow. City Parks Rec Centers will also be open. Well, former Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey has been named as a commissioner for the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board. Gainey was appointed by Speaker of the House Joanna McClinton to replace former State Representative Frank Dermody. The State Gaming Control Board regulates and ensures the integrity of legalized gambling. Gainey lost his re-election bid for mayor last year to fellow Democratic candidate Corey O'Connor, who just finished his first month on the job. Gainey's new job pays $145,000 per year. KDKA Radio News Time is 7:03. We have the AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Planning for retirement isn't easy. If you don't know where to start, join Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors every Saturday at 1 for the Net Worth Financial Hour. Beth shares helpful tips and strategies that just might change the course of your retirement. Listen every Saturday at 1 to the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews of Net Worth Advisors. Net Worth Advisors, LLC, is a registered investment advisor.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for 26 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent scent. All over Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
When it's time to replace your appliances, Lowe's has you covered. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. And members get more like free delivery, haul away, basic installation and parts, and a 2-year Lowe's protection plan when you spend $2,500 or more on select major appliances. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 2/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Excludes Massachusetts, Maryland, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Florida. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today brings one of the coldest days of the winter with some morning flurries, otherwise sun and clouds, and windy with a high of just 12. Then dangerously cold tonight with some clouds, low 0, leading to a very cold day for tomorrow with more afternoon sun and a high of 18. Then cloudy but less cold for Monday, high 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
With an extreme cold watch this weekend, conditions will be bleak in the Pittsburgh area. Real field temperatures are forecast to bottom out around 25 below zero. This harsh season underscores the importance of the 18th annual NRG KDK Radio Warmathon. The fundraiser to benefit the Dollar Energy Fund provides utility assistance for Western Pennsylvania families in need, especially during one of the worst winters in memory. And it's been just a few weeks since higher utility rates took effect. So far, the Warmathon has raised more than $3.3 million so our neighbors have safe utility service. The Warmathon starts Thursday, but you can donate online now through the Dollar Energy Fund Warmathon page. There's also an online auction. You'll find the links at kdkradio.com, and be sure to join us on the 12th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and help Pittsburgh area families stay warm.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
The following is paid for by Nan Cohen Total Talk. Information on the program is intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information aired on the following program.
These are the people, the movers and shakers, the businesses, the people you know in your community who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Won't you be my Valentine? It's cold enough to be anywhere but I must tell you, the only place I would rather be than KDKA in the comfortable confines of our studio is at Dorothy's Candies, taking home dozens of those chocolate-covered strawberries just in time for the sweetest holiday of them all. And we have the best host of them all, Nan Cohen, along with Marlene, getting ready to talk about Valentine's Day. So Cupid's arrow is pointing right at you.
Well, you know, it's funny. I went to bed talking to Rob, and I woke up talking to Rob.
There you go.
What a love.
Great combination.
What a love.
We've been together a long time. You're the only one that's still here.
Oh, boy. But, yeah, and all the little things. And we did it, and we're here.
Never panic when I'm here.
You know what? I think we've been doing it so long, you'll just get through it. Mars like, we'll just get through it, so we'll figure it out.
I feel like I'm a part of it now.
Poor Mars. She was on run duty this morning. She had to run back down to the car.
That's fine.
But, okay, so thanks for getting us here today, Rob.
Yes, and Marlene, if you could pull that microphone closer to your face, I would appreciate it. We've only been doing this for 10 years.
It's working fine. We're good.
I said to Mara, I said, it's really too cold. Do you think you want to stay home? And she goes, are you going in? I was prepared not to because I didn't know.
Where I live is a crazy area, and we're up on a hill, so it's always a little more involved than it is once you get off, and I know that. So
yeah,
and it was the fact today as well.
Well, you know, and I said, well, if Rob can do it, and he said, Nanny, you can do this. So here I am.
But PennDOT did great job.
They did.
Yeah. I was worried my car wouldn't start, but it did just fine.
Yeah, because yours is outside.
It's outside, and it was very cold.
It needs a little blankie in weather like this out there.
It was
fine. On top of that mountain.
Any house I have garages, never used them. I mean, for a car. Have everything else stored in them.
Yeah, well, just take the shh on that one. So it's the big Valentine's Day coming up.
Yes.
Love is in the air.
I got my heart on. Oh.
Yes, you do, and it looks beautiful.
It's big and it's
red.
Right
there on her shirt. It looks wonderful.
Do you see it?
I see it.
I will have one on later, but I couldn't do it. I was just so cold that I got out my part of my ski gear. So
yeah, well, you look warm.
Yeah.
It's very nice in here.
So, all right. So it's Valentine's Day, and you know, it's kind of an oddity thing where, you know, we do this every year, and thanks to the owner, Robert Gastel of Dorothy's, he's always about giving.
Yes.
Every holiday. And I thought, you know, I say to everybody, go online. We do these social media things and tell me why you would like strawberries, because it's a fan favorite for Dorothy's. And as I was driving here today, and it's just such, I think, you know, talking to you last night and heading to bed and thinking about things. And I woke up and I said, you know what? I don't really want to hear why you want strawberries this year.
Really?
I did it. And everybody that put comments in there, everything has been looked at, and we are picking names, and we're going to be contacting you at the beginning of the week to get your strawberries. I think at this time I woke up and I said, what are you grateful for? I want to hear that. Tell me what you're grateful for. I mean, I just thought, I don't want to hear why you want strawberries. Just tell me. I don't care what you're grateful for. Get onto our platform at Dorothy's Candies and just tell Marlene and I, what are you grateful right now? It seems like there's chaos everywhere. Does that make sense to you? Look, Rob's shaking his head.
No, it does. I'm grateful because I have all this candy so I can get whatever I want off of people because I have all this candy.
But you know what? It's at a time when it's just so, you know, with Savannah Guthrie's mom and, you know, just the stuff going on, idiotic comments and things like that. I just want to say, what are you as an individual grateful for? And go on to that our page, and we are. Everybody else that already responded, we got you. We already got some winners. They were notified. Yeah. There's a lot of things I want to know. Let's talk about that. I think it's time to unite. And what are you grateful for? Right. And that's what I want to hear. And we don't necessarily have to do that always at Thanksgiving, but that's what we're going to do. Tell us that, because we are giving the strawberry packs away. Everybody waits to hear. We'll be notifying you this week. We're going to do it earlier in the week.
Right. And they are delicious this time. I've made a couple for the show here for when we come in, and they are so good. The strawberries, the crop.
Right.
You know,
and so that's going to be it. And I'll remind you to do that again as the show goes on. I had stopped down to Dorothy's this week. I was there Wednesday, I think it was.
Oh, please, you're asking me.
And I said to one of the chocolatiers, Kathy, I said, make me something red so that Marlene and I can eat it on one of the videos. Red. It was it wasn't Thursday. It was Wednesday.
Thursday. Because that's when I got the call about the Galentine, and I said I would go.
Yes, you are right. There's that.
Yeah.
Guess what we did Thursday night?
What'd you do Thursday night?
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Dirty Dancing was playing on the big screen at the
We had a
Exeter.
good time.
We love
My
it.
mom's favorite movie.
That's why
That's my mom's favorite movie.
Yeah, mine too. So it was that we had dinner with a group of girls and we went over to
It was
see
great.
Dirty Dancing. So and I said, Kathy, make me something red. And what I love is the fact that she took something so simplistic that you can't imagine. She took your Australian red licorice, drenched it in the chocolate.
Yeah.
She said, give me a couple, go do something else here. I'll have this ready for you. And lo and behold, she made it. And it was so amazing.
It's my favorite.
Did I eat 3 pieces during that video?
Maybe 4 you had total.
No, I gave one away. Somebody there
I'm
had
just
never
kidding.
had it, and I gave it away.
It's so good.
So it was red, and it was drenched, and it was just divine. And I love that sometimes it's the simplistic things. And we brought to the studio today, how about this? How about Valentine's Day? Giving somebody the gift of a pack of graham crackers.
Oh, yes. I love them.
Drenched in chocolate.
Yes.
Dip that into your coffee. There you go.
That's
right?
my favorite combination is the coffee and the crackers.
It's always about the big stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We always have the big stuff. I get it. But I think it's the little stuff that I want to talk about.
Well, that's what's so great about Dorothy's. We have the big stuff. We have smaller stuff. We have stuff for individual people. We have stuff for groups, It's wonderful. You get your choice when you walk in.
Well, and I think to myself, how long has red licorice been around?
I love red licorice.
Right.
And this is Australian red licorice. It's not like you're going in and buying a bag of licorice in the store. This is really delicious, delicious licorice.
I watched her lay everything out. I watched her drench it. She watches every piece that she's dipping.
Yes.
And you just got to love it. But the simplicity of just red licorice. Now, I will tell you, there's black.
That's
too.
right.
They do make, you do
My
make the
husband's
black.
favorite.
But I asked for red, so that's why I got it.
Okay, let's take a break.
Let's do that. And we'll be back with Dorothy's Candy.
Stay tuned.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. High school basketball last night, KDK. Lamont Perkins had 12 points as McKeesport makes the postseason for the first time in 3 years with a 26-24 win over Gateway. College hoops today, Pitt SMU at 2 o'clock. On 93.7 The Fan, Duquesne takes on George Washington. Robert Morris tips off against YSU. It's the big game tomorrow in which Seattle remains a 4.5-point favorite over New England. We'll have our big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show beginning after local news at 11. And Waste Management Phoenix Open through 2 rounds. The top of the leaderboard features a pair of Japanese stars. Ryo Hatsuturi fired a 63, and he is your leader at 11 under, while 2-time Phoenix Open champ Hideki Matsuyama is at 64. And he is 1 shot off the pace. And Scotty Scheffler is now 7 shots off the pace, and he has made the cut in 66 consecutive tournaments. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Italy. More sports at 937thefan.com.
Hello, this is Lester Botkin, Chief Investment Officer of Botkin Family Wealth Management. One of my favorite clients, I'll call her Sue, has a work ethic that blows me away. She continues to love what she does, and she's been incredibly successful at earning and saving. Recently, Sue shared with me how proud she is of her daughter, who is doing a beautiful job raising 2 young children, but how she worries about them because it's so tough for young people to afford to buy a home. Her daughter's growing family could use more space, but moving up just isn't in their budget. I asked Sue if she'd like to explore the impact of gifting her daughter money now to get the bigger house that she needed. Could I really do that, she asked? We determined that taking a withdrawal now for a substantial down payment on a new house would likely have no impact on her income strategy in retirement. Sue decided to do it, and the last time I saw her, she was glowing with happiness. Financial planning isn't a game to see who can die with the most. It's about getting maximum fulfillment from your money during your life. Find out more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just
driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Too many tools, too much stress, and way too many bills.
Odoo replaces it all. One connected platform for every part of your business, so you can work faster, smarter, and for less. Odoo, the only software you'll ever need. Try it free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, so we're back. Here's the big question, Dorothy's Candies, and Nan, you can kind of lead the way with this. When did chocolate-covered strawberries become connected to Valentine's Day? Because that's like the first thing I think of.
Oh, my God. I don't know. Do you
Strawberries and champagne, maybe?
I don't know the answer to that, but I can tell you this much. It's like all the talk. I was asked, I guess it was after the show. Wait, we went to Costco, I think, last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Saturday?
It was Saturday.
Maybe it was Sunday. Somebody's like, Nan Cohen, do you have those strawberries in your car? I'm like, because they're perishable, so I don't have them.
Right.
But yeah, when I always say my car's loaded, and I'm always ready to hand something out, that they're perishable, so I can't really travel with them. But I don't know where they came, where it started, but it is luscious.
That's a good question, Rob.
We're going to get that answered for you.
Yeah.
That's a good trivia question. But the strawberry process back there is, you have to watch all of his chocolatiers. They look at them, Rob, like they're examining them, and they dip them, and then they hold them, and they look at them, and they make them. They're all beautifully done.
Mm-hmm.
The time that's put into them. I mean, it is a gift to give on Valentine's Day. But then again, cherries. Your cherry cordials are just as important.
And delicious.
The runs of cherries at your place. So I guess it's a fruity thing. I just look at it's all healthy because it's all fruit.
I want to find that answer, though. I'm
Google
curious.
that.
I have it. I have it.
You got it?
Yes, okay. I do. Chocolate-covered strawberries became associated with Valentine's Day in the 60s and 70s, specifically originating from a Chicago gourmet shop in 1964. So there you have it.
Okay.
The year I was born.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
You're young. You're just a kid.
You know that. He fakes that well. You know.
No, that's young. You're a kid.
I know.
It depends who you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
You talk to a kid now at 64.
I know, but to me,
lady.
But to me, you're still,
Did you have a horse pulling your buggy?
To me, that's you still have roller skates.
Let's put it in real perspective, Rob. When we used to go to the dinners on top of the triangle with the K team,
right?
I was really young. If you think about the perspective there, right?
My goodness.
I was really young, and I was always with the older crowd.
Yeah, you were.
So, that's where it all started. That's going back. So think about my age then.
It doesn't seem like a long time ago, but it is a long time ago.
That was 30 years ago?
Probably a little longer.
Maybe in the 80s.
Well, I graduated in 82 from high school.
Oh, my goodness.
But I have to laugh because those were the days. You were talking last week about the jet black hair.
Yeah.
And Rob had they Wrangler jeans and his cowboy boots.
All right.
Listen, if I could...
he had the boots. Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard about those boots.
Those boots did some walking.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Right, Rob?
Yeah, I should have used those boots to kick myself, where, too. Straighten myself out.
So there's perspective. It was the year I was born. I feel good about that. It came with me.
That's young. You're Beatles. That's like history. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, all right. So when we're talking about Dorothy's, always talk about the longevity of Dorothy's because we just did, Robert just did an article for the Post-Gazette.
Yes.
Appeared. We talk about and I kind of touched on it last week about surviving as a small business. It's tough. And everything that goes against it. But I'll tell you, when I see Robert, as I did, getting into this season, It's like he has blinders on. Get those strawberries. Get them ordered. Is this ordered? Is that ordered?
right.
The box is ready. Are the ties ready? He just gets in there because he loves what he does.
He's there for the customers.
It's definitely what is. And I'll tell you, when you got that passion, that drive that he has,
he does,
and with no compromise.
Right.
As I always say, the quality of the product he puts out, he's not making any deals. He doesn't want to hear what's on special. He doesn't want to hear when he talks to his suppliers or his vendors, well, you could use this nut instead of that nut. He won't do it. This chip versus that chip, this pretzel versus... He's not changing it. Why change what works?
You think about it. He's there because, and he thinks about his mother. And she's the one that started all of this.
Yeah.
So he wants to keep that going. And there's a reason it's going on 79 years.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. That's a long time for a family-owned business to keep running.
I would like to ask him, which I think we should do, because, I talked about the graham crackers or the red licorice. I wonder, aside from, and it's interesting. Somebody asked me, your deluxe assortment, that's the box they're known for. Then people break it down because they, some don't like nuts, some don't like
creams or
whatever, the coconut, the flavors.
Right.
But I'd love to know what variations she started, because all she started was with her boxed candy and how these things have transitioned in. Because when you talk about something as simplistic as a graham cracker.
We should get him in here one time.
Yeah.
And
well,
open
I
up
can't
about
get him
all of
up
it.
because, he's there in the manufacturing every morning. He's there long before the regulars.
Very
and the
early.
girls come in early. All the staff does come in. But he's there with doing his chocolate thing. And so I kind of give him the weekends off.
Okay.
Maybe we could catch up on an evening.
Yeah.
Because
Get
it's
him
a
on the phone.
little
Right.
too early for him.
Yes.
On the weekend, he likes his catch-up time.
Yeah.
And his breakfast sandwich.
And he deserves it.
Yeah. So hours, Marlene, I've been asked this constantly. Hours for Valentine's week.
We are Monday through Saturday. Next Saturday is Valentine's Day. Right now we're 10 to 4, but we'll probably stay open an hour or so on the Friday and possibly Saturday. You could just check our line and our web.
And I didn't realize that when you go to Dorothy's, it's all about education.
How do you figure?
Well, I get an education every time I'm there, but somebody's really putting some precedence to education, because I learned that the studies have shown that if you eat chocolate strawberries together, it becomes healthier than eating them separately.
Oh, sure.
Did you catch that, Rob? Now, where else are you going to learn that? But Dorothy's, right?
Right.
And then it depends if you're going to go for the coconuts or the nuts on top of them, too, right?
Oh, yeah. So good.
So I have to stress this, and Robert did tell me to say this. When I first came on the scene, it was very simplistic to have stock. And when you say back stock, it's back stock that's just made. I mean, I saw them reloading all the extra stuff. With strawberries, it gets a little tough because they're perishable, and you don't want them if they were made 3 days ago.
No. We try to make them fresh daily for their order.
Daily, all day is the way it goes. But over the course of the last couple years, we've noticed that people aren't just coming in to buy this one pack.
No.
They're coming in and they're buying packs.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely.
So now when you come in and say, I just want to grab one, they may not be there. And what happens is, they are kept by the cash register. And it is, people see them, they just can't not buy them. But I'm going to tell you, put the orders in. Because Robert said to me, he goes, Nan, we end up with that customer out there and there's no strawberries. I'm like, well, what do you, I can't dip. Me in the kitchen, that really wouldn't work. But I said, I can't run back there and do that for you. And he's like, why don't they get that order in? So we always like to pass it along. They'll be there for you. Just let them know. So, and Marlene says, go to Dorothy'sCandies.com, get your order in, call them, tell them when you want them. They'll be there. It's the surprise when you get there and they're not that makes us
Everybody's
sad.
doing a great thing now, because we are stressing that when you do go online and you can only pick up, we do not ship them, there is an area there for you to choose the date you want them, because we want to make them fresh for you that day. So it's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and your pickup will begin at noon. And everybody has been putting in the date they want to come in.
Yep.
It's great. Otherwise, we have to call back.
let's take a commercial break.
We will.
Let's start eating some strawberries in the studio.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll come back much more with Marlene and Nan. Total Talk, Dorothy's Candies, Valentine's Day, 1 week from today. So get to Dorothy's Candies right away. Back with more in a moment. KDK, your Pratt Pack.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Larry Richard for CertaPro Painters. I've been a customer for over a decade. Why? Because the professional work CertaPro Painters does protects your home, quality paint, worry-free process, free estimates. That's why I've relied on CertaPro Painters. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News and World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
No one should have to face a winter without heat. You can help your neighbors in need stay warm by supporting the Dollar Energy Fund during our annual NRG KDKA Radio Warmathon on Thursday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Presented by MediConnect. Details on how you can support are at kdkaradio.com. Powered by Dynegy and brought to you by Junk Luggers of Pittsburgh, Impact HVAC, and by Philips Heating and Air Conditioning. Help us help your neighbor on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It is 11 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 7:30. I'm Rob Taylor. Penn American Water says a large water main break is affecting not only customers in Union Township, Washington County, where the center is of the incident, but up to 95,000 of its customers in not only Washington County, but also Allegheny County this morning. Now, Penn American says that center of the break is along El Rame Avenue in Union Township. They advise not to drink the water without boiling it first for customers. Now, communities infected include more than 30 municipalities in Washington County, such as Canonsburg, North Strabane, South Strabane, also 14 locations in Allegheny County, including Bethel Park, Clareton, Upper St. Clair, and Glassport. Penn American says boiled or bottled water should be used for drinking, making ice, washing dishes, brushing teeth, and food preparation until further notice. Now, a water buffalo is being set up in the area near the El Rama Fire Department building, and a warming center is available at the Union Township building. An 18-year-old young man from Pittsburgh was killed, 9 other people injured after a massive pileup on Interstate 79 in Jackson Township, Butler County, Friday morning. Evan Gingo was a student at Slippery Rock University, also graduated from Mount Lebanon High School in 2025. He died after an accident between his Subaru Impreza and a pickup truck hauling a trailer. That was one of the many accidents along 79 that began around 10 o'clock Friday morning. 9 other people were injured in those accidents. Authorities still searching for an 18-year-old man they say is a person of interest in a deadly shooting in Uniontown. 20-year-old Lamar Thompson Jr. of Uniontown was shot on Dunlap Street Thursday afternoon. He later died at the hospital. State police are now looking for Braden Dickinson. Police say he should be considered armed and dangerous and is believed to be driving a blue Jeep Compass. Mike Obley is the Fayette County District Attorney.
We're still trying to figure out exactly what the motive is. Both of these individuals are known to the state police for having connections to at least one street gang within a community.
Anyone with information on Dickinson's whereabouts should call the Uniontown Police Department or the State Police Barracks in Uniontown. KDKA Radio News Time is 7:32. The AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Ready to start thinking like Wall Street without leaving Main Street? Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 for a slice of advice with Kelton Burgess. Right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather. Classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Expect an exceptionally cold day today with gusty winds and frigid conditions with morning flurries, then sun and clouds, high 12. Partly cloudy for tonight and rather cold with a low of just 0. Then still cold for tomorrow with some afternoon sun and a high of 18. Ahead of more clouds but less cold Monday, high 26. For AccuWeather, I'm LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is paid for by Nanco and Total Talk.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
2 segments to go and just days to go before Valentine's Day, so all roads lead to Dorothy's Candies. Nan Cohen.
So when we're talking Dorothy's, I should tell everybody it's Dorothy'sCandies.com because that's always on, and they can go on, reach you there, get their order, do their choosing. Store is loaded, and it does. I love the seasons that we do there, and I love
absolutely.
the holiday pieces to it. Everywhere you look, it just makes you feel loved down there in the store all year round. But when those Richard Gere hearts come out,
that. Yes,
yeah, I got 3. It's like, Nan, can you call and get me one? Call the store; they have them for you.
Yeah.
But they did say they agreed. It's definitely reminded them of Richard Gere.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. And then they wanted us to sing "The Love Boat."
Oh, that's right.
Marlene looks at me. She goes, I don't know the words.
I know the beginning. That was it. I'm with you, Rob, on that one.
We'll stick to "Happy Birthday" for Rob. Did you like your cake last week? Was it good?
Oh, yeah.
Banana. How I remember those things. All right, so we're talking about the simplistic things. And I got to tell you, I already told you about the graham crackers drenched in chocolate, the licorice. How about the simplistic pieces of Oreos?
Wonderful. And look how beautifully they're decorated, too. They're so presentable. Delicious.
Sometimes you just got to do it, And I think that's why you don't always need to be on the cutting edge of everything new, because what's old, becomes new again. And everything's better when it's drenched in Dorothy's
Oh, and
Swiss
it's
chocolate.
pink and there are hearts. I mean, that's like my favorite. It's just so adorable.
Yeah. And they're so good.
Yeah, yes.
I don't touch the Oreos because that is the thing. If I have one, I'm going to eat them all. So
It's like potato
I
chips.
steer clear. Yeah, that definitely.
Yep.
And when we were talking about the pretzels, I said to the girls, they are amazingly decorated. I loved all the confetti that they put on there. It's surrounded by all the chocolate. You're going. I might need one of these for our dinner
our
on
packing
Saturday
department, Dolores puts these together.
She has a ball.
She's so
in her
good.
zone, and she just does what she does and how she does it.
She does a great job with this, and she enjoys it.
Oh, I have to say,
It takes a talent to get that going and staying right, so you could seal that up and it's in shape. She does a good job.
I was in the store. We determined it was Thursday. And I was out there listening to a man. He had his grandson with him. And he was saying, we have to pick something out for Mommy. And we got to get something for Nana. And watching it through a child's eyes as he saw everything that was so large. And then Jeshua had come over to him and said to the little boy, would you like a chocolate heart lollipop? And his eyes just, oh yeah. And watching him eat it, the gentleman said to me, he goes, I'm just going to pick all this out because I've lost him now. And he just didn't say another peep. And it was like the lollipop was larger than him, and he just held it, and he just wasn't going to let it go. And I thought, those are the minutes that no matter what's going on or the chaos that I came in from the store with and in the back saying, I need something red. Let's get this done. Yeah. Can you wait? Yes, I can wait. Seeing the pure innocence in a child's eye holding that and eating it just made it all right.
That's why our store's so great too, because we have that round the round display in the middle when you come in, and it's on three levels of it. And when kids come in, it's like at their height, their eyes, and they get to see all of this, and the excitement does come out.
Well, and he just knew.
Right.
Joshua just knew that was.
Oh yeah, he's good with the
he was a little boy. He was so cute. He wasn't crying or anything. But he's like looking in awe. But boy, he took him onto another planet when he gave him that lollipop. Yep. And the big chocolate heart was bigger than him on the lollipop. But and I think your creative team down there, they're always doing something new. And I laugh because there was even some new pretzel editions down there.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. I think that's so sweet. The triple heart on the pretzel.
I mean, a pretzel rod became so large as you looked at the way they had mounted all of
three
the
hearts on top of each other.
And I said, wasn't it going to break? And they're like, oh no, Nan, we took care of that. And so she showed me on the molds what they added and how it would hold itself. But yeah, I think it's just awesome. And I have to tell you that I love the heart-shaped boxes this time of year. I think that we should keep those out a little bit longer. Talk to me about sea salt caramels.
Oh, come on. That's your love for sure, right? Yeah. And we have a lot of those down there now that were just made.
I watched them making it. And every person has their piece in it, with the toffee, with the sea salt, with the drenching. And I say to myself, they all have their thing. And when you get that one piece in your hand and you're like, you definitely have to say that piece was made with love.
Oh, you should see Colleen. Ariana cut up the caramels to do. She does it perfectly. She really gets into it. Oh, it's a good piece of candy.
So I should tell everybody, because there's more to the backstory than just what Marlene tells you, because I watched you. So she was cutting caramel. So she rolls it all out and she cuts it all. And as she's doing it, she'll mold them into the shapes that she wants for the squares.
Right.
And for some reason, she'll keep cutting edges away as she does it. Oh. And before you know it, there's this.
My bra.
Watch. Here we go. There's this big tub of all of the ends of the caramel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking to Marlene, like she's like out to lunch or something. She's just pulling the ends, these little pieces. She's just standing there eating. I'm like, hello, anybody home?
One or two. Yeah.
No, let's be honest. It's hard, and I have to tell you, when it's the warm caramel. And
it's soft. It's wonderful.
Yeah, but it's amazing when she's done how much is in that bucket that she's actually cut and carved away. And I just, but that was Marlene's job for about an hour, was just eating the ends of the caramel.
That's a little exaggerated.
Well, they're little pieces.
They are. They're tiny. They're just a little chew.
I wouldn't even thought of it till I watched you go at it.
Did you taste that caramel?
Oh,
everything
have.
Bob.
Not that day. She wasn't giving up to anybody. So.
Everything Bob gets to make all of these pieces of chocolate, he gets the best ingredient.
He has to, because that's why people come in.
He doesn't have to, but he does.
No, he has to, because when you know it, because when you get these generational, families that come in and they're all standing there together, and you've got cousins and aunts that have moved out of the city, and they're all back for holidays, and they're all standing there, and they can taste their memory. We offer. We had a couple.
I love that. Taste their memory.
Yeah.
I love that.
We had a couple gentlemen come in from the Port Authority.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what they were doing there, and they were needed to get they were getting their Valentine's Day stuff. So they were leaving, and I was standing there with Joshua, and he was looking at the case because he picked out what he thought, the one gentleman picked out what he thought his wife, the flavors that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He said, give me this and this and some creams and some cordials and this and that. And so as he's walking out, he's staring at it, and he goes, oh, I can't wait to taste that. And Joshua and I looked at each other, and I said, do you want a sample? He's like, are you kidding me? So I ran back, and he wanted white cherry, white cherry cordial. So I came back I had 2 white cherry cordials in the bag, and the other gentleman wanted your peanut butter cup.
Oh.
So I put 2 in there, and they were working. You could tell they were tired, and I handed the bag, and they're like, that's your sample? And I said, it's a special day in the neighborhood. And so, I mean, they just lit up, and he's like, this is lunch for us, But and you just see it, and he's like, I just can't wait, because I always know what I'm getting when I come to Dorothy's.
Yeah.
And you see that when you can taste that from when she started it, 79. I was going to say 8. Is he not?
It'll be 79
It's going to be 79,
years.
yeah.
Next month. This month.
Wait, it's birthday. It's February.
Yeah, his birthday's in February, the end of the month.
79. Nothing has changed in the recipes.
Not in the old recipes, but all the new things we have. He wants to go along with that standard of how she did all of the previous ones.
That's why they are who they are.
Taste that cherry cordial. It's done just like that.
It is.
All right. You know what I say. Dorothy'sCandies.com is always on. And hey, stop down. If I'm there, you might get 2 of those samples.
We'll be back.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. News Radio, KDKA, Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. High school basketball last night, KDK. Lamont Perkins had 12 points as McKeesport makes the postseason for the first time in 3 years with a 26-24 win over Gateway. College hoops today, Pitt SMU at 2 o'clock. On 93.7 The Fan, Duquesne takes on George Washington. Robert Morris tips off against YSU. It's the big game tomorrow in which Seattle remains a 4.5-point favorite over New England. We'll have our big game edition of the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show beginning after local news at 11. And Waste Management Phoenix Open through 2 rounds. The top of the leaderboard features a pair of Japanese stars. Ryo Hatsuturi fired a 63, and he is your leader at 11 under, while 2-time Phoenix Open champ Hideki Matsuyama is at 64, and he is 1 shot off the pace. And Scotty Scheffler is now 7 shots off the pace, and he has made the cut in 66 consecutive tournaments. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Italy. More sports at 937thefan.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Folks, Marty here. My friends at NASCO Roofing take pride in exceeding customer expectations. Scott from Aspenwall, amazed at NASCO's quality, honesty, work ethic, craftsmanship. Scott loved working with NASCO, appreciated that NASCO doesn't use high-pressure sales tactics like other companies. NASCO has satisfied thousands like Scott. Get NASCO, 412-373-2000. Get them on your roof, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day. Special financing available. NASCO Roofing, NASCO.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
This year, flavor doesn't walk. It runs wild. At P.F. Chang's, we're charging into the year of the horse with bold new wok-fired dishes like pork belly bao buns and refreshing cocktails like the Midnight Gallop. P.F. Chang's beloved red envelope tradition returns, adding a surprise element to every visit during the Lunar New Year. Each guest receives a red envelope revealing a special offer redeemable on a future visit. Celebrate the Lunar New Year with flavor that runs wild at P.F. Chang's. Valid for dine-in only while supplies last. Details at pfchangs.com.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, one more segment with Nan, Total Talk, and Marlene getting ready for that great holiday that is Valentine's Day. One of my all-time favorites. Go
It's
ahead.
happening.
I know. And when you think about it, love is in the air, and there's no place better than to celebrate it. And I got to tell you, we went to excuse me, commercial break.
You choked up on that chocolate-covered strawberry.
I did. And I have to tell you, Rob, we were talking about what's old is what's new again. This is such a quirky thing, and I know nobody would appreciate this comment other than you. I was standing towards the front ready to leave, and I glanced over, and they have this card rack. And the quality of the cards and the sayings.
Cards are so important.
But people don't get it. When I see them standing there reading these cards that I know have been handpicked by the people there to purchase them. And we're talking about, things that won't be someday. And I say, well, everything it circles back around. You do get that piece. When you see you always think, well, it's going to be the old person standing there looking for the card. Not there at Dorothy's. I don't know if it's because they know they can go there and they're not getting, the mass box, card. But I do. It is interesting, and they do. And the other thing, Robert, that I find interesting is how many people want their box gift wrapped.
Oh yeah.
I still think there's something to that. It's just everybody knows that it's the pink. Well, the pinks are available, but that's the beautiful heart boxes at this time of year. But they like and they want to choose their paper. I mean, how did you not remember going to Kaufman's and you go to the gift wrap department, right? And all the papers were there, or gimbals and horns, right? It's the same thing there. And they pick, and I think to myself, isn't that passe? No, they want that heart Valentine's Day for. They want that Christmas paper, and they pick and they choose. Things that are so small sometimes, like, that it's not important. But when you see a younger generation standing there, like our daughter's ages, and
Right.
looking at that and saying, yeah, I want to get that box wrapped. I think it's kind of cool.
It is. It is. We do love it. It's a special touch.
So I did make some comments last week. We were talking about, small business. And I think that when you look out there at what's surviving and what's closing, because a lot of times you do hear what's closing and not going to be here.
Right.
And our restaurant industry has definitely been hit, but there's a lot of new ones on the horizon of the smaller scale, as I say. You just got to love what these small businesses provide. And I got to tell you, I think next Saturday, I'm going to make an appearance in Squirrel Hill. I'm going to see this. I want to stop into the Squirrel Hill Flower Shop and see what goes on there for Valentine's Day. I want to be in that
it's
mix.
going to be crazy.
Yeah, so I may have some treats to give away up there.
Yeah.
I had talked to Robert about that. So I just maybe surprise a couple people in Squirrel Hill next Saturday for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to might have some strawberries with me to give away because they will be freshly made. So,
yes, always.
So that's my thing. And we're going to get it out there and make some people happy.
Yeah, that's very nice.
We're on the go. So I got to tell you, I've given you everybody the fair chance. Get to our social media platforms at Dorothy's Candies. Get on there and tell me, why are you just grateful? I don't care what it is. You're grateful for this. You're grateful for that. Get on there and tell us. Not necessarily why you'd be grateful for the strawberries. We're giving you the strawberries. Put some meaning, put some thought, put some depth to it. Marlene and I will be reading all that stuff, and we'll make those decisions. Right. And we actually talked to some of the other staff down there. It's just not our input into who gets them and what people were posting. And I love when you come in and you pick them up. I love to see those people. So you'll decide whatever day that's going to be this coming week. Thursday or Friday?
It could be. Friday would be good.
Yeah, and she'll make the provision. So Marlene will be reaching out to all that will be getting the strawberry pack,
right?
Because we love you and we always like to make things special for you. So you've seen all the goodies, you know what's down there. We look forward to seeing everybody on the move. I'm glad it's a Saturday. Let's fill it with a lot of love. I think at this time, everybody could use a little bit of that.
Oh, absolutely. We all need it.
So, Marlene, talk to me about beyond that. We're going to be heading in, and they are already busy with Easter coming.
Oh,
Easter's
my gosh, I'm
early.
seeing bunnies hopping and everything.
We actually did see the bunny hopping.
Yeah, it is early this year. I believe it's April 5th.
Yeah, so because you've kind of keep backing me off of leaving here, and I can't believe I'm here. I'm like, I need to be gone. And every day seems like the last 2 weeks is another reason to keep me here. But I'm going to get out of here.
Oh, life is happening. It's all moving on. But it's early this year. Last year, I believe it was April 20th.
Yeah.
So it's happening
early. Gave me time in Florida. Now you're cutting me off here. But you left me here with all this fabulous weather.
But Florida's been having 60-degree weather.
I still feel better down there, for sure. Everything's better with a palm tree and a blue sky.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
And sandy toes.
Right.
So Easter's just around the corner, and we're loaded up to share some stuff about Easter that's going on. But I don't want to take away from all that we do for Valentine's Day.
A lot of options in the store.
Right. So store hours again.
10 to 4. 10 to 4 right now, Monday through Saturday.
And the pickup, though, for Valentine's Day, they're extended hours.
The pickups will begin on 12, 13, 14 when you place your orders, beginning at noon. So you just let us know when you can come in. We're there until 4. We may be there a little longer as the traffic is flowing in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. With that,
you could always call and double check on that.
All right. So I've got everything to do. Where are you off to after here?
I'll be here most of the day. By the time I'm done, I'm done.
All right. Well, that's good. I think I'm going to play pickleball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's since I'm up and out, I might as well just finish it off.
Well, after all these chocolate-covered strawberries, we both should exercise a little bit today.
Yeah, I didn't eat any because I was going between the Oreos and the strawberries, and I'm thinking I better go play.
They're the best.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see him in the Post-Gazette, too. Wonderful.
Yeah. He deserves it.
Hard worker.
You don't get any better than
So are you, Marlene?
It gets
She
there.
is. So Dorothy'sCandies.com. It's always on. Get your orders in, and I'm going to share some with you, and we head out.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
to
Day.
both of you.
Love and hugs.
I
Yeah,
hope
definitely.
Cupid gets you everything you deserve. And that I think what you have here is more than all of us deserve.
I'm the one giving all the love.
That's exactly right.
That's what's important.
You always do. All right, stay with us. News coming up. Then we continue. It's Secure Money Advisors, a best of edition. 9 o'clock, MediConnect. Lance O'Brien is here. 10 o'clock, the guys from True Value. 11 o'clock, AAA Central's Talking Travel. Then Lynn Hayes Freeland, Minority Health Matters at noon with your Pratt Pack, KDKA.
The proceeding was paid for by Namco and Total Talk. Information on the program was intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information heard on the preceding program.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richards.
Apparently, Pittsburgh parking chairs have made the Wall Street Journal. And Lenny McAllister spotted this for us.
There's a very viral video of one individual in the city that was so angry that somebody took their dugout Pittsburgh parking chair parking spot that they basically snowed in the car that took the parking.
Weekday mornings 5:30 to 10 on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
Obsessed with pizza? So are they at Slice on Broadway. The 2025 winner of World's Best Cheese Pizza Slice is right here in the Burgh with 6 Pittsburgh locations, always serving delicious New York-style pizza, hoagies, and salads. Order yours today. Visit sliceonbroadway.com. This winter has seen unprecedented temperatures and weather. Help keep your neighbors warm with Dollar Energy Fund as they support families across Western Pennsylvania who need help with their utility bills. For nearly 20 years, Warmathon has raised funds to keep homes safe and warm. Give today at warmathon.com. New to Rivers Casino? Join now and earn up to $1,000 free slot play. Stop by Rush Rewards on your next visit to start earning today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Details at kdkaradio.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It is 12 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 8 o'clock. I'm Rob Taylor. Right now, up to 95,000 Penn American water customers are under a boil water advisory this morning. Penn American says an early morning power surge caused the depletion of water storage at the tank near the Aldrich Water Treatment Plant. That's in El Rema in Washington County. Now, communities affected include more than 30 municipalities in Washington County, such as Union Township, Canonsburg, also North Strabane, South Strabane, and more. Also 14 locations in Allegheny County, including Bethel Park, Clareton, Upper St. Clair, Glassport, and more. Penn American says boiled or bottled water should be used for drinking, making ice, washing dishes, brushing teeth, and food preparation until further notice. Now, in the El Rema Union Township area, water buffaloes being set up in that area near the El Rema Fire Department building. Also, a warming center will be at the Union Township Municipal Building in Washington County. One person died and a firefighter was injured following a fire at a duplex in Braddock. That fire started around 7 o'clock Friday night in a duplex at the 30th block of Elm Way. Fire rose to 3 alarms. 2 families lived in a duplex. They're displaced. Firefighter with the Rivers Edge Volunteer Fire Department suffered a minor injury. The person who died in the fire has yet to be publicly identified. Also, police say 1 person died in a head-on collision in New Sewickley Township, Beaver County. That crash happened around 6:20 on Friday evening along Freedom Crider Road. It's unclear what led up to the crash. Crash is under investigation. The person who died is yet to be publicly identified. Well, an 18-year-old man from the Pittsburgh area was killed, 9 other people injured after a massive pileup on Interstate 79 in Jackson Township, Butler County, Friday morning. Evan Gingo was a student at Slippery Rock University, also graduated from Mount Lebanon High School in 2025. He died after an accident between Gingo's Subaru Impreza and a pickup truck. That was one of the many accidents along 79 that began around 10 o'clock Friday morning as some snow was falling. 9 other people were injured in those accidents. Former Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey has been named as a commissioner for the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board. Gainey was appointed by Speaker of the House Joanna McClinton to replace former state representative Frank Dermody. State Gaming Control Board regulates and ensures the integrity of legalized gambling. Gainey lost his re-election bid to fellow Democratic candidate Corey O'Connor, who just finished his first month on the job as Pittsburgh's mayor.